think he mentioned the book like at the end, but not as a source, but like just like telling people it's a good read. And so we found out that his entire presentation was plagiarized. So we brought it to Aunt, and we were like, "Look, we're trying to go live and mention this and talk about this." And he kind of was like, "Nah, he's cool with another." So it was like a political thing. So he kind of shot it down. So we had the ammo, but he just didn't want us to do it because of his association at the time.
Mm.
Mm, 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 mm. The pseudo killers.
Now this would be for the pseudo killers.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
this,
Before
that ain't, that ain't keeping it real right there at all.
Nah, but look, that's why I'm saying, like, what Team Osiris used to do, y'all used to put in that work. Like I don't, what happened with y'all though? Why y'all ain't doing nothing no more? What's going on?
so for quite a while, prior to like even y'all acknowledging some of the stuff we did, we've been getting blackballed for so long, for years. Blackballed on Signature, blackballed, on other platforms that we used to be cool with. So over the time, it was like individuals in the group, would go do their own thing, and then like Ngozi could go on Signature, but not the whole team. Kansu can go on Signature, but not the whole team. So eventually, like, individually, we started realizing that was a better reach. We could do things individually. Some of us in the group, still in contact today, but it's just after dealing with so much, like now people are seeing it. Now people are seeing that Ujao plagiarized and Asar plagiarized, and they made up that Bantu Egyptian shit. It's like when you was in the fight with it, people didn't see it. So it's now like, we kind of done with it. We've given up a lot of years, for this, especially with the Bantu Egyptian with Asar and Mboli. Me and Josh, it was like 3 years sacrificed to
Oh
get the
yeah,
book translated.
Josh, yeah, he put in some good work on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had Willoff speakers. Got a bunch of them in like a WhatsApp group chat. Had them translate. We had like two French speakers. Got them the book and they translated. So it was a lot. It was a lot of work just to find out that it was all bullshit. It was a lot of work. So
And
yeah,
y'all got demonized for it. So
absolutely.
it's like this community demonized y'all for correcting the information, right? They wanted to go with Wu Jiawu and motherfucking Asar, and them niggas were impolite, and them niggas was just fucking wrong. And y'all got demonized for that shit. That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up. You know what I
I
mean?
ain't gonna
Now
lie, man.
everybody's seeing it now.
If I seen that, that definitely would have. That might have changed my mind as far as like feeling like I belong around this motherfucker. Like, 'cause if you hear people out there like trying to tell the truth and get that out there the way y'all did it with all that work and all that, and that just feel like you talking to a bunch of stupid people right there. Like, man,
They was the first
crazy.
pseudo killers. They was the first
That's what
pseudo
I'm saying.
killers.
Like,
The reason why we did
that
this
that
is
just
like,
totally transforms why people do shit at that point. You know what I'm saying? That at that point ain't no clarity to be had. Y'all like I'm interrupting y'all fantasy at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't no real shit. But oh, yeah. I've always thought that this was like some real shit behind the scenes. Like there are people around here who care, like Mujasi and shit. You know what I'm saying? They definitely are. That's why I thought that's what our whole, that's what I thought the whole thing was about, finding people like Mujasi and being able to kind of like, have healthy discussions and maybe give him some ideas of how he could do what he's doing better and all that kind of stuff. That's what I really thought it was about. So if you got people running around just doing it wrong on purpose and niggas ain't even like hearing the correction, that sounds crazy, bro. That don't sound like human beings at that point. I ain't gonna lie.
Remember we did the tribute Remember we did a whole tribute to Team Osiris
Yeah,
back when we
yep,
were
yep,
pseudo killers. We
Yep.
still up
yep.
on the pseudo killers right now. We honor Team Osiris for the work they put in, definitely. And it's definitely shout out to you, Melvin. Shout out to Ngozi and everything. Like y'all really was doing what we just now beginning to do 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Y'all been doing that. So shout out to y'all, definitely.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely appreciated it when y'all shouted us out. It was like finally we getting seen after like everything kind of settled. But yeah, it was a lot, man. A lot of dedication, a lot of work. You know, people always have been saying, uh, go, go read the books, or go get the books, or do the work. And it's like, okay, well, we gonna do that, and then we do it, and then we find out what it is, and it's disappointing because we supported it. Like we spent our hard-earned money and time that we can't get back supporting it. So just to find out that it was all like what it was disappointing.
Yeah, it was. Y'all definitely got blackballed. Like that's crazy for you know what I mean? Y'all was pseudo killing before it was fashionable. And the crazy part about it is y'all started killing people who were supposed to be the bastions of good information. We found out that those guys was actually the pseudos, right? So
Right.
that was yeah. The community wasn't ready for that. They wasn't ready. You feel me? You
Yeah,
know,
not at
because
all.
the people that was supposedly bringing the correct information was actually bringing misinformation and being plagiarists. So yeah, you know what I mean?
Especially
Y'all,
at
wow.
the time they was doing it, right? So it's a lot easier for us because it's kind of like some of the information is out there. But at the time when Timo Cybers was doing what they was doing, bro, yeah, to everybody else, they was wild ass niggas. Like it was not the
Right.
community was not ready for Timo Cyrus yet, bro.
Yeah, they wasn't. They wasn't. That shit was crazy. Cause everybody thought Asar and Wu Jai and Polite and them was the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, that's yeah. And once y'all went at them and shit, yeah, man, they demonized the hell out y'all. You know what I mean?
How
Y'all was
long you been
everything but a
around, Chef?
child of God. Huh?
How long you been around?
Oh,
Who?
me?
Chef, how long you been around the community?
I've been around listening, you know what I mean? Like to Team Osiris and them. Like I said, I remember hearing those shows and, you know, unfortunately, you feel me? I kind of went with the Arm Raw squad now. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
At that time, like to be honest, it was fashionable to go with them. You feel me? Like you'd be surprised how groupthink can get everybody. You feel me? That's why when we became pseudo killers, we went back and did a tribute show to Team Osiris because we recognized, yo, them niggas was right. You feel me? Like, and they got blackballed. Like, what the fuck? Like the same shit that we doing now, them niggas been called that shit out. You feel me? So we went back and did, you know what I mean, a tribute show for them. Cause we like, yo, them niggas was on it. Like, how we let that shit happen to them? You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. I was around watching those shows and you dig what I'm saying? But like I said, I went with motherfucking what, you know, they trying to tear black scholarship down and you know what I mean? They you know, Assad and them should have their own agency and you dig what I'm saying? Like we gotta tell our own story and you can't, you know what I mean? Depend man, it was crazy how they flipped that shit on them niggas, man. You know what I mean? But I wasn't in the community at that time, if that's your question, logic. I wasn't on no panels or none of that. You know, it was just like when you would go watch Sinetta or watch the Armin Raw Squad or Team Osiris do their shows. You was around for that, but I was in the motherfucking peanut gallery. You know what I mean? I was
Okay.
just watching at that time, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
so because it sounded like not long before I started coming around, which is I guess somewhere around 3 years ago, maybe a little longer than that. Somewhere in that neighborhood. It sounds like it was way wilder. Because I got, when I started listening, there was no Team Osiris. There was only the pseudo killers, and it was you, Corey, and all the rest of that shit had been broke up already. It was you, Corey, and Up, as far as I remember. And y'all were the only people that were making any type of sense. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else just sounded crazy as fuck.
yeah, because like I said, we had a foundation to stand on. You dig what I'm saying? We already had niggas who done called out Assad and all, you know what I mean, and that crazy Egyptian shit. You know what I mean, Team Osiris, and then Ngozi will pop up from time to time and clear shit up. You feel me? Because
Yep.
we used to battle with Assad and them. Like Unc would go get Assad and them on us. You feel me? So it was like, yo, what the this shit was crazy. Yeah, like that shit was crazy. And then like they did a whole thing with before we came in, they did Egypt on trial or Kemet on trial.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so Assad and them was like, that was like the heyday of the House of Consciousness. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they was on a pedestal.
Sure.
Yeah, they was on a pedestal. And then when we went and looked, we seen that it was some niggas that already cleaned the saw and them up. We like, what the fuck?
I can say somebody already did this, and they still
Like,
rocking
oh,
like ain't nothing happened.
Then him and on trial that crazy ass shit like with that goddamn short order cook hat on.
nigga. So that's
That
what I'm
that
saying.
shit.
Like the motherfucking Kemet on trial. Like, if y'all go back and watch that, it's on Sinetta. Yo, niggas, we was saying we was the Egyptians, yo. Like,
Right, and
just
they were
go.
saying that Egypt is black. Like that's
Yeah. The Egyptians was black. They our ancestors. All of that shit was in Kemet on trial. Like, so I don't like people got bad memories, yo. Like, like
Hey, Chef, that's when I came into the community, came in on trial, watching
right,
Sonetta stuff, and that's when I
Right.
right.
so
So
that must.
DC niggas was saying that we was the Egyptians. They was black. You know what I mean? They our ancestors.
the main reason they defended it. Like if people go back and watch Kemet on trial, you will see they was defending it. The Hebrews is trying to say, yo, Kemet invented that gay shit. And then we was on the opposite side, like, no, y'all actually was doing it. Egypt was doing do. This what we was doing. This is what
We
we was doing. This what we was doing. You can hear the whole shit. So yeah, it's funny watching it now, all these years later, seeing that people switch swapping. But it
right.
is what it is. I ain't that invested into these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Like the whole switcheroo. But yeah, go back. We might have to do a show on Kemet on trial.
There we go. We gonna see Chef, your evil ass, bro. You sit on it.
Hey, Kemet on trial is where Unc said he had magi in his blood. It was the after show on Sinetta's couch.
Oh shit. This nigga shit is funny. But yeah, that'll be some content. Fuck it. COE. Let's make it work.
Yeah, y'all are the right people to do that shit. To be honest with you, cause y'all been there. Y'all been there through all the arguments. I done heard. The little bit I heard I can comment on, but y'all was actually here for the Egyptians. The
Yeah,
black. Not niggas
yeah.
trying to act like we was
When
never
it
saying that.
when Ngozi was there, and y'all know the popular video outside of the event, we helped pay for him to get out there.
I think that's the most viral video from the conscious community, besides probably some bullshit with Polite. But that right there, with the Ngozi, Young, Pharaoh, everybody
Oh
was Sunday,
yeah.
everybody was out there on the block. That probably was the most viral video from the conscious community.
Yeah, to this day, it's still like one of the more popular
To
videos.
this day, To this day.
To this day. Yeah, to this day. I don't know if CSI let us use that. Some of that, you know what I mean? What's the name? But yeah, that's a whole rehash, man.
I don't know
That's
no more. So if you got a recording, you can use it, Chef. Because he don't own the channel no more. YouTube own that. YouTube took that channel from him. So he probably don't even got the content, maybe. You know what I mean? Unless you might buy it from him, the video.
Actually,
Damn, yes, that video, I think he done lost 2 or 3 channels. With that shit that happened with Garfield and the shit that happened with him in Nepal and like all type of shit. I know he lost a couple of channels. Damn, you may be right, Corey. I didn't even think about that.
dang.
Yeah, because if you go in there right now, you can't find none of that shit.
That was that shit, nigga. Nigga was out there pseudoed out, nigga, but it had the block lit.
They had the block lit.
Pseudo.
yeah, I don't
Oh,
have the
yeah.
entire video, but I do have like a 2-minute clip.
Or Bengozi.
Actually, no, I do got 36 minutes of it.
Okay, good.
He's like, now we talking. All right. He's like, we can shake that up. You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn, Chef, you ain't shit, boy. You could get some shit started.
No, that's some good because we gotta know how we got here. You feel me?
That is true because a lot of people just jumped in. Like
off
they
Jupiter.
was black. Like a lot of people just jumped in with that. They don't get that. No, for years this shit it's been a whole nother narrative. But we gonna see. We shall see. We shall
Man, we can't
see. In the temptations. He's like, we shall see.
Yeah,
I'm
so
telling y'all, we not from Earth, we from Jupiter.
shit. Well, man, Polite was probably the wildest one. When that nigga brought up that planet risk shit.
Probably my ass. That nigga was crazy.
He went York. Super York. He went super York.
He went
But
super York.
you know what happened though? They gave him such a long leash because when it came to articulation and putting words together, the boy was whooping ass. Like, so if he was on your team, he's going to be the engine. You're going to run through him. And so once he got that little bit of a clout, oh no, that nigga went for the moon, literally.
That's a fact.
That motherfucker had the Brooklyn Magic times 10, boy. That nigga used to make it all up. I swear to God.
What do Unc call it? The flam flam bam bam?
The flim flam bim bam.
Bam, bam, boy. I swear to God.
I don't know. Honestly, I was never really under the polite spell. 'Cause by the time I got around, he had a short clip out where he was like bowing down in front of the stack of money in the hotel room.
Yeah, you caught him late. Yeah, you caught him late. You got to get him
That's
broke.
all I needed to see right there.
No, you had to hear
never
Polite.
really fucked with Polite. Something was always up with Polite to me. I fucked with SETI. I fucked with SETI.
Everybody,
I mess with
I don't
Shetty too.
understand why everybody fucked with Polite.
No, said he was down to earth like a battle rapper.
Yeah.
That nigga come in the bitch and just start dagging shit. That's where the word dagger came from. I feel like Garfield stole that from Teddy. I always said that shit. I'm like, Dagger Squad. I'm like, all right, so you fuck with Seti. And I'd be like, what? I was like, nigga, Seti was the first nigga I heard saying daggers. He had them little bitty cards where he would write his potent information for his battles or his debates. It's a damn shame I said battles. For his debates. But yeah, I remember them videos. Man. I remember when Unc and Seti split on Sarnetta where they was about to fight. I remember that video. Yeah, that was it. When Seti was like, "You don't believe in a creator?" He was like, "Oh no, you driven now." And then he was like, "Nigga, you didn't read about Dr. B?" That's Unc been doing this his way back. You like he been hitting niggas with that for years.
You ain't know that?
I was definitely team Seti. I didn't fuck with Polite, nigga. Nigga, the beast.
Yeah,
Nigga,
Polite.
beast,
I had too much shit with him. Like he talked too much. And that nigga will lose you.
That nigga said. Remember, he was talking about milk That nigga said that he used to ride the train, so he only had a certain amount of time between train stop to explain why milk was bad. So he would spit like 500 words to a motherfucker super quick to confuse you. What they used to call that shit? What they not the Harlem? What they call that shit? The Brooklyn Magic.
The
The
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Magic.
fucking Magic. Yeah, that's where that shit steal from. The way that nigga used to just leave you lost.
Mhm.
That shit is crazy. But the sad part about it, he used to whoop everybody ass in the college community when it came to a debate.
Not
Like,
really.
Yeah, because the shit
and
sounded
I'm
good.
talking about on
It
the
sounded
consensus
good.
record. The consensus record. I know his information was wrong, but he made losing look good to the layman. I mean, explain
Yeah.
it like that.
Right,
Yeah, there you go. That's a
right.
better way to encapsulate it.
Yeah. What you just said is right on. He made misinformation sound very, very appealing.
Yep.
When you can
Right.
when you can take shit, misinformation, and
Who's
spit
that,
it out and make
Fabio?
it sound appealing. Yeah, this thing, yo, what up, Jack?
Fabio, what up?
Oh,
Sabio done
Sabio
snuck up
in
in
this
here, man. What's
Hold
motherfucker.
up,
on,
What up,
hold on,
Sabio?
hold on.
Sabio?
Calm the fuck out. Sabio, when you come in the door, nigga, what's up, baby? Say what's up to
Like
niggas.
Fabio.
Shut the
Yeah.
back. What up, DK? What up, y'all? No more
What's up,
Mr.
man?
Mike.
Nigga. I'd have put your name in songs and everything, baby. Big Sabio in this bitch. All right.
What's up, bro? What's up, Sabio?
What up, y'all? Shit, just
What's
just
up? What's
chilling,
up?
man. You know, it's that whole ability to to take words and basically be like a poet with them, or a musician with them, and even
Mm-hmm.
though not that shit right there is what put Pharaoh and those polites, the niggas that y'all talking about, the grifters, on that level to where they can grift people to now where most of the grifters at the polites and all them niggas, the nature boys, the ones with those big ass exotic words and shit. Where they at? Most of them niggas locked up.
Damn.
Locked
Damn.
up.
That shit funny, boy.
Hey, funny as a motherfucker when you actually think about it, ain't it? You be like,
Mm-hmm.
damn,
Kind of is.
All them niggas in jail.
magical
And,
word
Pharaoh,
niggas is up.
and young Pharaoh crazy in the motherfucker.
Crazy than a
Man,
motherfucker.
I ain't even seen Pharaoh in the movie.
Because he crazy. That nigga was crazy.
TikTok or something.
I don't know what.
That nigga went.
I don't know.
Last time
I
I
don't
seen Pharaoh, he was on Sinetta and he called everybody the hard ER and he got off. Remember that? He was on Sinetta for the last time and him and Jabari got into it and he got back on he left and got back on the panel and said, y'all a bunch of niggers and left. I don't know why nobody they ain't mentioned that since, but he definitely he got on Sinetta and called everybody the hard ER and rolled out. Ain't been
Have
What
back
the
y'all
since.
fuck
noticed?
kind of?
Have y'all noticed there's been a trend of more black people saying nigger with the hard ER? Have y'all noticed that?
I haven't like within my
Not
real life.
really.
There's been a
No.
trend.
Nah.
Just y'all, especially out here where I'm at, Louis, I hear it often. Like, hold on, what you just say, bro?
Right.
Like,
No, I hadn't noticed that one.
yeah, it's a
It
trend,
would surprise me though.
and it's online too. And some of these Facebook chats and shit, they start typing it all the way out as shit. They must
What's
think that
what?
offends us.
I
What
ain't
would be the
seen that one.
context? Yeah, like yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they must think it offends us. It doesn't. Like, what the fuck is a word? But why
Yeah, I
are y'all
mean,
using it like that? Like I guess they trying to. I guess the thing is they trying to take the power out of it, so that's why they're saying it more. Kind of trying to use reverse psychology, like because
yeah,
racists like to say the word. I guess it started with you remember if y'all remember that incident with that Arab chick that Pakistani chick, whatever she was, who was calling that old girl a nigger that many times. That parking spot a couple months ago. I think it started after that.
I know what you're talking about. When she called the little kid,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So I guess they trying to take it because they've been they trying to take the sting out of it by taking it back or something. But how we gonna take back a word that we didn't establish? It don't make sense.
Yeah, I ain't with that.
Man, so what's going on in the YouTube streets though? Because I know I know shit be kind of like it's up and down on Q Butter and them channel as far as y'all have so many voices that
Yeah,
there is no like dominant. How would
and
you say?
there's no direction.
Yeah,
Whenever we do get a direction, it gets sidetracked or thrown off. Like, but that's just the way that he's established the channel. Every time he tried to get control of the channel, it goes back haywire because he doesn't stick to the guns that he sets down. You have to stick to your guns. If you're not going to allow buffoonery on your channel, then you can allow a buffoon to come on the channel and then turn it into buffoonery because they don't agree
right,
with what's being said or
right.
they don't know
Right.
something.
I think in a real, and I don't know what they really talk about, but to some degree, I'll just say it's crazy. It's crazy for someone to say that y'all are doing something serious, and half of the time Madon is talking, or half of the time
Bingo!
Wale is talking.
Thank you.
You you you
No
can't
motherfucking
convince me
time,
that
yo.
y'all are having a serious conversation
We
and
ain't having
y'all
a serious.
even letting this nigga talk.
Why the fuck is Madon, Wale, any of them motherfuckers with no information dominating the conversation, and it's supposed to be a serious conversation? Why is a nigga
You
who
know,
thinks the earth is flat allowed to speak?
Yeah,
it's funny.
I don't know
I
what to say about that. I would just say it does not come across as looking serious.
No,
But
it doesn't.
I just leave
I
it at
agree.
that.
I agree with you. I
Yeah, it's
agree
been
with
a
you. But
while
and
since
I told you about that.
I watched Q Butter's channel. But that one name that y'all just mentioned, that Madon nigga, that motherfucker crazy in the song. Like
That's
I hadn't even thought or heard that name since the nigga started crying on I don't remember what fucking show it was on. So
Crying?
I don't
Like tears
yeah,
crying
nigga,
or like complaining?
like no, like tears crying. He was crying about something, telling some story, something about a bippy or some shit. Like I don't remember what the fuck that shit was. I mean, it was funny than a motherfucker. I ain't really I ain't really watched that shit since then. You know what I'm saying? But that name, I ain't even heard that name since then. That's funny than a motherfucker, yo.
But I will tell you I will tell you this though, Savio. And I'm actually like to some weird degree I'm not comfortable. Well, I am comfortable. I find myself like I have to sort of root for a person like a Q Butter, right? Regardless of if I approve of the way he does it, right? The fact that he is off his ass doing it, I gotta commend him for that. You follow me?
right.
Right.
So I can't like to some degree I gotta like sympathize with him just because I fuck with his cause. Like I actually fuck with it. I might have, some things I would critique about it, but whole time I had to be like, damn, at least the nigga trying.
Right.
I might say I would like for it to do this, to do that, or do this, but he got his own thing that he doing. So
And he's doing right.
what the fuck?
Right. And I can't knock him on that either. And I can't knock him because most of the time when the show's going like now, if he's on, he might also be in class. So he
Right,
has to do what? Double duty. So he
right.
can also control the show and be in class or be at a board meeting or something. So He got a lot of double duty that he has to do. So I can see why and why he would delegate and have other people hosting the shows like Dev or Domo. He even offered me a wrench. You know why I haven't taken one? To host
Why?
shows. Because would nobody be on the show but me, and I wouldn't let Madonna on. I wouldn't let Wale on. Why? Because we've given these people too much information for them to either go and research and either debunk us, learn some new shit, or grow it. And they're still in the same place they were when I met them 2 years ago. So there's no point in still having conversations with these people. You feel me?
Right.
At least that's how I feel. Like I told Madon, you will not ever be let on my channel. I told him straight out. He won't ever
And
come on my show, y'all.
you know what I find? You know why I actually tune in to Q Butter? Actually, I listen to it quite a bit, actually, especially like when I'm about to go to sleep. I tune into it because, like, it's like I notice that the people who have the energy and the fervor, when they get there, you have to spend so much time like redirecting their energies in order for them to be productive. That's a
Yep.
lot of what I notice about like the big problem. Like, yes, it does. Yeah, it will get people motivated. Yes, it will steer people into black power first, like not black power, but like black first, as far as like their thought process. But they get so much baggage that they have to deal with, right, to actually become productive in any of those things, right? So I hear people sit up there and we do discuss, we acknowledge all the adversities, but we don't. It doesn't feel like we spend enough time talking about what we actually can do about it. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you don't necessarily like promote action. You almost promote
Complaining.
the like yeah. You
Complaining.
kind of just create a space for the complaining and
And
not
and
promote people to actually go do something about it.
and that's been one of the biggest issues that I've been trying to get them to see. And I say it often. We know the issues that we face as a community. How do we address the issues? What are the
But
what are the what are the plans to address and rectify the issues? We know education
it,
is the start. All right. So where do we go after we get the education? What do we do? How do we push the education beyond us and beyond the people that were impacted? How do we teach the young children that what they teach they have to pass on to the people coming up beneath them? How do we keep pushing this shit forward to actually have an impact?
I was about
how
to
would
say
you
though,
answer?
in the majority of the channels in the quote unquote conscious community, aren't they just based on complaining? Like what channel actually is out there doing something? I mean, at least Q Butter got a motherfucking school, but the rest of the niggas just talk. I mean, like that's all. I mean, you can't really get on them for that, right? I mean, what channel actually does something? And not a channel, but Miss Monica Lamb actually, teaches, right? But other than that, like nobody really does nothing but complain, you know.
Well,
I
the
mean,
way I see it, Sabio, and you could disagree with me, right? See, like for me, the moment you mention education, you to me you're talking about politics, because the people who are in charge of education are politicians. You follow what I'm saying? So like it's such a difficult thing to let's talk about changing education while at the same time demonizing politics. Like how do you promote people, or how do you kind of like motivate people to be better in politics while demonizing it? I don't think you can do both at the same time. I don't think you can tell people the government is out to get you and we need to participate in it at the same time. I don't think you can do that.
yeah,
And to be honest, okay, so I learned something new yesterday, right? I learned something from Psychopathia. He said that the bottom line, and catch this, right? The bottom line, and I wish he was in here so I could talk with him about it. But he was saying that the bottom line of Pan Africanism is basically, to separate from Western influence. Or I'm sure you understand exactly what that means. So when you take on a task like that, if that's what your goal is, you don't you have to kind of be against building Western influence, right? Like
Right.
it would be a contradiction for you to say, oh, we're going to get rid of Western influence while whole time like participate in building it up.
Participating.
You trying to
Yeah,
get what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like the fact that your goal is actually to dismantle it would prevent you from building it up. So how do you do both at the same time? You can't. You can't focus on how do we build economically while preventing the West from building economically. Like it's just you can't do it.
And my thing though, logic is when you ask them, well, give me some real examples of how do you put that into action? The anger, that's the part that I don't get. Like, why are you getting mad at me because I asked the question? You know what I'm saying? Like, why I gotta be a coon and a Sambo because I just asked you? Like, well, how the fuck you gonna do that shit? And you don't have an answer, and so I say, well, it don't really make much sense. Then you're just talking. Like, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't get
I
that.
kind of write that off. I honestly, I write that off as a conditional response. To be honest with you, at this point,
Right.
I think people have like a subconscious way of dealing with a lot of this stuff, and when it becomes too technical or too, oh, I could look bad here. I gotta start discrediting you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he knows that if we run down that road, what that actually sounds like and then I would have to say what it actually sounds like, and those aren't pretty words, right? You're talking about espionage, you're talking about treason, and you're talking about it being necessary, right? Like unavoidable. We have to do this.
Unavoidable
You know,
conflict. That's
yeah,
what you're talking
unavoidable.
about.
That's
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I don't know. Man. I don't know. Like,
I mean,
it,
look,
it,
if
it-
that's what you're talking about, let's talk about it.
let's
Let's
talk
not
about it.
act like let's not
Right.
act like that's not what you're talking about.
Or don't get mad at me when I
For
ask.
noticing that's what you're talking about. Yeah, don't get mad at me.
Right. Get mad at me. You know what I'm
Look,
saying? If
yeah,
I
just
say, well,
just tell just give me the date, and I'll stay home, stay out y'all way, and root y'all on, gang. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know the day I need to stay home.
he said,
That's
he
all.
didn't
All
say,
right.
let me
Give
know
me
the
a
day
heads
so
up,
I can
brother.
pick up a gun and come help. He said, let me know
Yeah,
the day so I
y'all
can
finna do
get
y'all finna do y'all thing. Let me stay home. Just give me a heads up, gang. That's all I
logic. You ain't shit.
said.
This nigga ain't shit. I swear to God. He said, let me know so I can stay the fuck out the way.
Yeah. For real. You know what I'm saying? Don't y'all stage no shit, and then I gotta walk up there and be like,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, let me know.
shit. I don't want to get involved going to Starbucks. God damn it. But nah, I'm just saying, man, listen, I'm a truck driver, right? And let's say you give me a load to deliver to your spot and then ask me how the fuck, or ask me, do I know the direction? And I cuss you out. You gonna let me deliver that load?
Like, man, what's wrong with this dude?
You
You
know
all
what
right?
I'm saying? Like, so do you know how to get here? Man, why you even asking me that shit? Hey, the motherfucker, like, what, like, nigga, wouldn't you say, hey, well, just go ahead and leave that there, and I'm gonna call somebody else to come grab that. Like, I don't get that shit, bro. I like the anger is the only thing that gets me.
You you
I
you
like,
you gotta recognize that's what it is, Small. It's a conditioned response. You
right,
can't
right.
like I mean you can react to it, but at that point it is like a mindless reaction. You know what I'm saying? In his mind, justified. You know what I'm saying? course, the people listening is like, well, damn, how you take that out of that?
Right.
To him, it's like, oh, I'm attacking him, and all I said was how.
Well, because like I like Dot's sort of C Dot's sort of definition, right? Like it's more of an ideology, and how do you hate against an ideology? And he's right. Like I'm like I even said it, nigga. According to that, yeah, I'm a Pan African. I mean, I'm not against black people. I'm not against black people unifying to do better, but then we have to start asking, do better at what and then how? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so don't get mad at me if I ask those questions. The nigga just want to know.
What you mean we gotta get better, man?
Yeah. Oh, why
See,
you
that's what I be talking about. Oh,
you
y'all
just
cool.
scared of the white man? You scared of the white man? You ain't nothing but a Sambo asking all them goddamn questions. Like, what the fuck? Why I got to be
Right.
That shit be tripping me out though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I still don't know if I'm. I guess I'm pro Pan African as far as the ideology. Well, shit. I guess that's all it is. I mean, I guess like I could say that. I could say it's positive. I got to stop painting it in a negative light. You know. I just don't. I still don't think it has much real world like effect. But as an ideology, yeah, I could rock with it, I guess. And I guess I'll stop calling it bullshit.
You're not no fucking Pan Africanist.
Think I
The fuck
could be
you
a
talking
Pan
about?
African if I want to be. Yes, I am.
But you're not though. You
I
can't be.
mean,
Why
I'm
you
for the
capping? Because
unity
these
of
niggas
I'm
in their
I'm
mouth.
I'm for the unity of black people.
No,
Brass,
fuck
I
you ain't.
am
No, you
that.
ain't. No, you ain't. No, you're not. No, you're not. See, it's a simple motherfucking equation. What I was gonna say yesterday, Brad. In that case, all of us is Muslims, right? Because
Yeah.
Muslims claim to fame is peace and prosperity.
Yeah.
So y'all don't like peace and prosperity? Well, if you
Yeah.
like peace and prosperity, that makes you a Muslim.
Yeah. You want you for the unity of all black folk, but you don't fuck with American Dream.
I damn sure don't.
Yeah.
I
And you don't give a
damn
fuck
sure
about
don't.
Africa, and you don't give a fuck about Africa neither. You don't give a shit. If a nuclear bomb hit Africa, you wouldn't fucking send a dime. Y'all niggas be lying, bro. I mean, not lying. I mean, I guess that's the word of the month, but motherfucking y'all niggas just be saying shit because y'all under pressure by these other people, but y'all motherfuckers would not give two. It's motherfuckers dying over there in the Sahel. Name one, Smalls.
I wouldn't. I couldn't.
How much
I
money
couldn't.
you gave? How much money you
Not a
gave?
god nigga. Money tight.
And then
I'm gonna disagree
y'all
with you right now.
y'all just talking shit, man.
Yeah,
And it ain't nothing
money
wrong
tight.
with that, but you ain't no Pan African. Don't let these niggas fool you that helping a black woman across the street is Pan Africanism. Nigga, that's just helping people. You're a good person.
Well, that's what I was saying, bro. But
No, you
that's
said
C
you was
Dot's
a Pan
definition.
African. That's what you were
But that's
saying.
C Dot's
You don't
definition,
care
bro.
about, but you don't. How much you care about Africa? Honestly,
But in his definition, he didn't include Africa.
Fuck
He
his
just said
definition.
black
I'm
people.
asking you a question. How you feel?
I'll be honest.
How
I
much do
really
you
don't.
honestly care about Africa? Seriously.
Zero.
Okay. Well, then you
Why
ain't
you
no
doing
fucking
this? This
Pan
shit
African.
live too. Like,
I don't
but
give a
I'm
shit.
being honest. I don't think about Africa
But
during
we
my.
get in trouble
The only
for
time I think about Africa is when one of y'all niggas bring it up. I'm just being honest.
okay. Y'all niggas just be I mean, not you right at this moment, but y'all
Yeah,
just
I
be
got 5
capping
kids. I
because
got
we
time
on
for
this
that shit.
conscious community thing and this, that, and the other. But y'all niggas don't. Y'all talk about Africa all day, but you ain't gonna do nothing. You're not gonna go visit no mines or no shit like that. You just gonna talk. Ain't nothing wrong with talking, but
sometimes, yeah, sometimes I don't even think like niggas done changed the definition of what Pan African is so that they could be one. That's
Okay,
like
we
going
need.
to Corey. That's like going to Corey's site saying, "Yeah, you work concrete," and then when you get there, Corey tell you everything that you got to motherfucking do. Now all of a sudden, I work concrete, but not the way Corey, not the way it's defined.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it the way that fit me. I'm gonna help old ladies across the street while y'all pouring concrete, but I'm still pouring concrete. Get the fuck out! Y'all think
Hey,
y'all
but this
niggas
ain't
can
fair.
fool.
We,
Y'all can
we need
fool
to
them
pay.
with that
We need
shit.
to pay
Y'all
an
ain't
African.
fooling me.
We need to pay an African in this bit. We can't. We can't do this. We can't do it anymore.
Right
Oh,
here.
so they can come in this bitch and lie and cap.
but we can't do this shit, yo. Come
Oh
on now.
shit! I
What
mean,
you
like
actually
honest,
done?
like for real. You know what's funny? We can get
What
killed for
was the
taking these
question?
stances.
Oh, that
We can
good
get
guy. He gang.
we can
You do
get
an
killed for
African,
taking
right?
these stances, but do you know that we basically boiled them all the way down to helping old ladies across the street is Pan Africanism? Okay, do you know that?
What say you, good guy?
Do you know
He
that,
was only
bro?
playing when we
You know
said
that
that.
that's how far we got. The helping old ladies across the street is not Pan Africanism.
Yeah, I said.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I was like, I said it. Remember, I was like, so when I open the door for old ladies behind me, that's Pan Africanism if they black.
Yeah, like what are we doing? Y'all capping. I mean, I really wasn't talking because I'm like
Like I
out
was
in
remember I
out
used
in the world.
the
Y'all,
thing.
if y'all live, y'all got to keep this conversation going because I can't really talk for about an hour or so. But I just
Mm-hmm.
heard someone say that, and I just wanted to change the tenor of the conversation for all these
Nah,
fake ass
you
Pan
want to stop.
Africans come in
You
here.
want
So
to stop with
remember
the capping. That's what it was. I got you.
remember
Go ahead.
remember I was saying like if you go to a southern food restaurant, that's part of Pan Africanism. I don't know how would you not think that wouldn't be, but if you bank at Carver's Bank, wouldn't that be Pan Africanism?
When is Pan Africanism in 2025?
Yeah,
I
see, that's
still
that.
take the Amos Wilson concept of anytime the money bounce more than like 5 times and within your neighborhood, in the sense of black people own a business within the neighborhood. So if you bank at like I said, a Carver Bank and you go to a black salon, things in that nature, wouldn't that be Pan Africanism?
No, they already have a term for that. It's called group economics.
So what's the difference? So now we just using what is it, semantics? Is that what it's called?
No,
It's
it's not. It's
semantics.
not
It's
semantics.
semantics.
It is semantics.
It was group economics before Pan Africanism. Pan Africanism is trying to co-opt group economics, right? They're trying to say that all group economics is not Pan Africanism. When group economics actually is something that exists without Pan Africanism. That's why it's not.
I'm kind of lost. So you're saying group, um, group economism and Pan Africanism is not the same thing.
No. So what I'm saying is that you can be doing group economics and not be doing Pan Africanism. You can, so Pan Africanism is trying to say that because you're doing group economics, you're also being a Pan African, and I'm saying that that's not the same thing.
Now my
Because
question
you
is,
can,
why wouldn't it be?
you're right. So when you're doing group economics, you're not doing it for Pan Africanism. You get what I'm saying? You're just, you might just want to have a store and your business is predominantly black. They don't have nothing to do with you intentionally set out to be a Pan African. Not the same
or
thing.
or 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 it could be based,
You can't accidentally be a Pan African just because most of your customers are black. That don't make you Pan African.
or like say you have a big what you call it you know a big mill in your town, right? So everybody goes to the same bank. Everybody goes to like one person owns the barbershop, one person this, one person that. You know, so y'all all kind of circle around each other to make sure the money stays within a certain circle. You know what I mean? You know, you don't even have to really be doing it on purpose. It could be for the purpose could be for, you know, to keep the money within the group of employees, right? It's you know, that's group economics. I mean, it's not, you didn't do it in the name of a race. You know what I'm saying? Like, same shit though.
That's my point. It's all the same. Like it's we just semantics at this point. We're trying to say that doing it that way is not Pan Africanism.
How was that hard for you to? How was that a difficult concept for you to grasp? You know,
I mean, I
why
don't.
are you trying to?
No, my question to you is
We
that
just
why are you not
explained how
saying
it's
that?
different, and you just like, nah, it's
He
all the
didn't
same.
say that it was different. I don't know how in your brain that is different. That's my question.
Because you're not doing it to be a Pan African.
For the
I'm
reason
saying
and purpose behind
if
it.
let's say look, hold on. Let's say if I decide to go feed the homeless this weekend, right? And the majority of the, let's say 100% of the homeless people I feed are black people. I did not do that in the name of Pan Africanism. I just so happen to be helping the majority of black
That's
people, right?
that's not
I'm not
That is totally
doing it
different.
it's not
as a Pan African.
Totally different. That's
that
totally
that
different.
that's flawed logic because
It's
you also
flawed.
I could also say you didn't do that in the name of liberalism, right? You didn't do that because you was a Democrat. You didn't do it because you was conservative, but that wouldn't make you not a conservative or not a liberal. It's flawed logic. Pan Africanism does not state these things that y'all be saying. I don't understand why y'all this conscious effort to misrepresent what Pan Africanism is. I'm confused.
See,
No,
that's why I'm glad.
I'm
That's
not
why I'm
trying to
glad you're
misrepresent.
here, Psycho.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too, because you are going to do a better job of representing this argument than that good guy. And that's no offense to that good guy.
Like
Just
I'm
that
okay,
he's
like I
just a
said,
little
I'm
bit
okay
more
with people
articulate.
having issues with Pan Africanism. I got issues with the Bible,
No,
right? But I don't misrepresent what people believe when it comes to the Bible. I address exactly what my issues is with the Bible, exactly what that individual believes in the Bible, because I understand each Christian does not believe the same thing. Everybody doesn't worship Mary. Everybody isn't a Calvinist, right? Everybody is an Arminian. You know, like like people have actually different sects within the Christian beliefs, and I want to make sure I understand what that person believes within that Christian sect before I start addressing it. What I do
Mm-hmm.
not like doing is misrepresenting what people actually believe. If I'm going to address it, I'm going to address it directly and not straw man it and start adding things on that don't make sense just so I can make a good argument.
so logic. When you use your scenario about feeding the homeless and they may be just black homeless people you're feeding, that is totally different from Pan Africanism in the sense of spending your money with black people. Totally different. That's all I'm saying.
But and I'm saying that that's what makes it different. When I set out, when I left the house, I intended to feed homeless people. Like the fact that I fed only black homeless people didn't mean I did it because I was a Pan African. No, the people who showed up were just black people. You get what I'm saying? So like my actions, right? Like
Makes
Well, I'm just
you're
showing
trying
you
to
how
put my actions
that's not
in the Pan
Can
logical.
I say something?
Africanism because
That good guy, can I say something? Because logic just double
Hold
talk.
on,
Let
hold
me
on.
just
Yeah,
let me
I'm just
no, hold on.
let
We
me
have been
finish up with
talking all
logic real
day.
fast. Hold
No,
on,
no,
hold
no.
on. Logic statement is not logical. Go ahead.
I know. Logic just double talk. Logic said, if I went out to feed homeless people, right? So its intention primarily wasn't to primarily help black people, was to help everybody. So the mere fact that you made that first statement, and then the second statement you make was, it happened, it's, what if it was only black people that I fed? That don't make me Pan-African. But when you set out originally, you did not stipulate who you are going to help. You cast a broad umbrella, right? No, what Pan-Africanism is, even when black people.
Can I rebuttal that?
Let me
Because I
finish.
didn't do that.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish, please, please,
let them
please.
finish. Let them finish. Let them finish.
Yeah, because even although early Americans, black Americans, Caribbeans, people who came off the ship, they identify themselves If we look at the earliest churches, and churches play a major role in the development of black people in this part of the world, they identify themselves as Africans. They identify themselves as a specific group of people. Now, if you want to play semantics and say most black people didn't come when they're thinking about uplifting themselves from a black level of consciousness to say that I am going to help my people. And the primary reason why I'm going to help my people is that we have shared experiences. They might not have called it Pan-Africanism, but what they were practicing was, if you look at the definition of Pan-Africanism, they were practicing the root of Pan-Africanism. And Pan-Africanism grew out of that concept. No, if you don't want to help your people,
we was already moving
No,
as Pan African
let's
before
well,
the term
well,
even got going.
feeding the homeless is not Pan-African.
we'll
So
move past that. We'll move past that. We'll move
let's
past
stick
that. You're not
hold
listening. You
on.
just
No. I want to say what I'm trying to say. Like I pinpointed like a black bank, a black barbershop, a black supermarket. You know what I mean? And if you want to build a house, you get your materials from black people. If that's not Pan-Africanism, I don't know what is. Then tell me what it is besides going
black,
outside.
black ownership is not Pan-Africanism. Owning an auto mechanic because you're black is not Pan-Africanism. Anybody can own anything. We're not talking about ownership when
And
we
then
talk
money.
about.
Hold on.
No,
You're not
hold
talking
on
about
a second.
ownership.
Listen.
You're not making any sense either. But I'm gonna shut up. You're
Of
not making any
course,
sense.
when you own something, that don't make you Pan-African. Pan-Africanism is an idea that black people believe that, listen, I am going to support my people, and I'm going to elevate my people, and I'm going to help to elevate my people.
Let's have a conversation, because if you supporting somebody that's owning a black person that's owning something, you're supporting a black business. So I'm not understanding what you're
No,
saying.
you said
But you
owning
said
the
owner
business.
though. You said owner. You didn't say consumer. You said owner.
You said owner.
Because I say owner. That's why that's
Right.
what I said.
That own,
Particularly like George Carver Bank. It's supposed to be a black bank. If you go to a Jamaican restaurant that's owned by real Jamaican people, if you have a bricklaying company that's owned by real black people, I know electrical
Ownership
companies
don't
that
you're a
determine
black owner.
Pan-Africanism.
If you're a black
That bank
owner,
has any members that aren't black.
Ownership don't determine
you're
Pan-Africanism.
not circulating
so
your
why
money
are we
with black
talking about
people, but you're a
somebody?
black owner. That's not Pan African. But it regards whether you're an owner or not. It's what you do with the money, and who and that's what makes you Pan African as an owner.
Like it's gotta be more than I just helped some black people. I could have just took from black people and I gave nothing back. So that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, just because I'm only dealing with black people, that can't make me, it's gotta be more than that to be a Pan African.
Is he breaking up for y'all too? He was breaking
Yeah,
up
he's
for me.
breaking up. He's breaking up. Yeah. He's breaking up.
I'm just gonna
Psycho.
let's say polite. Like since polite only dealt with black
You're
people.
breaking up, brother. Brother, you're breaking up. Brother, we can't hear you. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Yeah. Psycho. When people started trying to bash Pan-Africanism, not realizing that if we go to our earliest interaction, where they want to be bookman, leaving Jamaica and going to Haiti to help in the revolution, where they want to be, we have early examples of it, that people were constantly helping other black people. They might not have a name for it, just like how the name African American did not exist 200 years ago. But
so that's what I mean when I say co-opted, right? Just like those other moments of resistance.
It's formalized.
Just as those other moments of resistance.
How do you co-opt Pan-Africanism? I
don't know. I'm saying Pan-Africanism seems like it co-opts other things to fit under the umbrella of Pan-Africanism, right? So like even when you mention those moments of resilience, like those moments of resilience, like unless there's a deeper story there and they're connected in a way I'm not familiar with, like those are just independent acts of resilience, not necessarily under this larger umbrella of
independent acts of resilience from who?
From black people.
Wait, wait,
But you was
okay.
never independent.
Let's stay right there. What are black people? You say black
You
people.
say who?
Who you referencing when you say
I'm
black people?
talking. I'm African Americans and Africans from the diaspora.
Africa's from the diaspora, right? Like exactly. Different tribes, right? Different tribes, right?
Right.
Like all over Africa, right? Like not just one specific area of Africa, not one specific tribe, right? Different tribes, different areas of Africa, right?
Right.
How is that not Pan-African?
Because if I take all resistance from black people and put it under the umbrella, then where would I put the umbrella of like all resistance from other demographics? Like is where every time that they resisted against whatever, were they like
Why are you
all
talking about other
they like
people when you
all under one umbrella?
Pan-European exists, Pan-Asian exists, like these
No,
other
no,
groups
I'm
of
not saying
people.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm saying all
if you're
events of
defining
their
black people, why
resistance.
are you talking about other
Hold up, that good guy. Hold up. I'm saying all events of their resistance wouldn't be pointed back to one central idea. That's what I'm
Why
saying.
not? Why white supremacy is not a global idea? That's not an idea.
Yeah, it's a global idea, but I'm saying all the events happening wouldn't fall under that idea.
Why
Yes,
That's
not?
it
what I'm
does.
saying.
I know in
I-
all major states they got a Chinatown. Isn't
So like
right?
so would
Do they
you
have that?
would you okay, so when let's look at something crazy, right? Look
It's
at the
not
Punic
crazy.
Wars.
It's just
Are
they got a
the
little
Punic
Italy
Wars
everywhere.
does
You know what I'm
that
saying?
fall that good guy? Please. Or would you consider the Punic Wars like is that pan-European? That's just a moment of resistance.
Yeah, but what is the moment of resistance about, and who are they linked up with? Like this is what makes it Pan-European. Like, would you say Hitler was Pan-European?
I don't think so.
He totally was.
How?
He was
Huh?
I
trying
thought it was
to
pan-German.
unify Europe. He
And
literally
that's what I
tried to
mean.
unify.
Logic,
A
man.
lot of the Europeans, a lot of the people he was trying to go after was blonde haired, blue eyed people. That can't be
He wasn't.
unifying
No,
all of Europe.
he
Half
was
of
trying to.
Europe look like that.
He was trying to conquer them and make them and put them under the Nazi banner.
No,
And
I
the people
said
that,
it. I said
people
it
that he deemed
backwards.
impure, the people he deemed impure, he eradicated.
Right. So but that's what I'm saying. That's people in Europe. That's like people born of European descent that just because they got brown hair, like you can't like how could that be a moment of resist how could that explain how that falls
He
under
wasn't
pan-European?
because he
The
wasn't
fact that
trying
he
to
was
kill
willing
off.
to
He wasn't
kill
trying to kill off
other
Europe.
people.
He was trying to conquer
It
Europe
was
under the
they
Nazi
called
banner.
it white supremacy.
Maybe I'm tripping. I could be tripping.
It
I don't
was
see it
centered
that way
around
though.
scientific
I don't
racism. It was centered around scientific racism. I mean, it literally
eugenics.
was. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how that's pan-European, but
You
I got
don't
you.
see that eugenics was just pan-European when they thought that it was superior. White people thought they were superior
I'm
race.
saying he wasn't killing black people.
He was. He was.
No, he was saving that for
That
Mussolini.
wasn't his main target.
He was gonna let
Mussolini
do
was.
that
They
dirty
had a
work.
crew of them.
He was prior to
Okay.
World War II. Prior to World War
Maybe
II.
I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. That sounds
God,
like to me. That sounds like different European countries trying to like have their own struggle within Europe. I
The big.
just don't see how that
Oh,
is
you
like.
don't know the
I
big
don't
Those
I don't
struggles
see
was
fight.
how
just
a
trying to
war
unify
between
Europe.
European countries is pan-European.
They
I
was
don't see
fighting
that
over
because that would be
Africa.
like calling
The EU is
that'd
not
be like calling a
pan-European.
war
The EU
between
is
two
not
African tribes pan-African.
The EU is not pan-European.
The EU is pan-European. Okay, I'm talking about the war between the European countries, not the unification
Those
of
wars,
European countries
right?
in the
And those
EU.
wars,
I'm talking
you go to
about Germany fighting
Napoleon.
other
We
countries.
can go to Napoleon too. Napoleon's another pan-European that was trying to unify Europe under the French banner.
No, but Psycho, he needs to recognize something. That European leadership was always under one umbrella. You need to go and research Queen Victoria and her children. All the princes that fought in Europe during World War I and World War II, her relations. They're one
Listen,
person. Let me finish, please. Hitler took it one step further. He wanted now to purify the Europeans, to get out those people that he believed were less than. But he was pan-European. He was for the European
Y'all are
continent.
calling a war where people die a
It don't matter.
unification, right? Like,
Of
how
course,
can they be unified while they're killing each other? Like, you're
because
talking about his
No,
goals.
no, no,
The
no.
people who fought
Understand.
there are fighting
We are
against
talking
his
about
goals.
individuals' ideology, and their
right,
ideology is still European.
it's
That's what
still
their
European.
ideology was. That's why they went
No,
to war, to unify this stuff under one banner.
right. So why did people fight back against it though?
Because they didn't want to go under that one banner. They wanted to keep
That's what
their
I'm
banner.
saying. They weren't like handshake.
But
Okay,
what
now
about
we cool.
It
the
was
No,
They
royal
didn't do
cool.
or
that.
It was
the royal
Germany,
family? You pan
Italy,
European.
Japan.
Listen,
It's the royal family
listen.
pan European.
yes, they are, because all of them are
Oh,
Queen Victoria's
hold up.
grandchildren.
I'm having to deal with all three of y'all. So I'm saying like if I invert that, right? Are y'all saying a war between two African countries is Pan-African? Because y'all are calling a war between two
One of the
European
countries could be
countries
pan African. Yes.
Pan-European.
Yes, it
One of
could.
the countries absolutely could be pan African. Yes.
Yes, yes. When Zimbabwe was fighting South Africa, it was a pan-African war. It was a
How
pan-African
you
war.
gonna unify?
Of course it
So,
was.
the people were going to unwillingly unify with the people after they lost the war, right?
That's
But it happened
happened in
all the
every war.
time.
That's every
It
war.
happened in every war.
Maybe a war that didn't happen.
The Civil War, what was it? It was a pan-American war. After the Civil War, America unified behind
Y'all,
one flag.
y'all using that a little too loose. I can't.
No,
I don't know
no,
if
No,
I can.
yeah, America
I don't know.
took
I
over
don't
the
know if I can just
US
disagree
dollar.
with you because you're the way you're
All in
defining
America.
it. I guess like you're making
Look,
it fit your
right
definition,
now,
and I'm
America is
No,
beefing
no,
no,
we're
over
this
not
is what the
making it.
definition
Venezuela.
is. This is
like
what the
They're
definition
when I
is.
hear when I hear
We're trying to
all the
tell you what the
time.
definition is. Not it ain't what you think it is. It's what we're saying it is.
Okay, so when we're talking about
no,
how we envision the unification process of African Americans and other Africans of the diaspora, right? Y'all are not talking about a war.
no, we're not.
We're not talking
Not that.
about
Let's talk about.
so some
It's
kind of
kind
way
of a war.
the
And guess what?
exact same
No,
principle
but
y'all are talking about
Some
applies
of
to
us
a
don't
war.
agree with each
I
other.
don't
It's
get
kind
it.
of a war. Look at Tariq Nasheed. Look what he's doing.
but no, no, but this is what I'm
He
saying.
not
It's
We're
somewhat
FBA.
of
not,
a war.
we're
He
not
not FBA. He's
dismissing.
going to war. He's going to war with Pan Africans who are born in this lineage of this land and dates back to the plantation. But because they Pan African, they going to war with them. Now is that FBA? Does that make them? Is they not really FBA because they don't embrace FBAs that are Pan African? They reject them. They talk smack about them. They kick dirt on them. They smug. They put dirt on their name, misrepresent them, all types of stuff. The engines tell them pseudo history, all types of wild stuff.
No, and you can't even dismiss a physical logic. You can't even dismiss a physical war either.
I think no, I'm
Future.
cool. I can just let y'all have that. I don't understand what you're. I do understand what you're trying to say. It's just not making sense to me. I've been trying. So like I'm saying, y'all can have it. I ain't gonna fight you on it.
No, but
So
we can say
it
we can say the same about you, that you're dismissing
yeah,
the
you can't
action.
just take the victory.
Every time,
No,
every
no,
I
time
said y'all can have
every
it.
time you ask
no,
a
because you're going to
question, we
come back
give you an
somewhere else.
answer.
You're
I don't
going to
want
come
the
back
victory
somewhere
if you
else.
still don't understand. Like it ain't
Yeah,
about winning. It's just about getting you to understand what Pan Africanism is. It ain't about winning.
yeah, we're not
Well,
winning.
you would be getting me to understand what you mean about Pan African. You know what I'm saying? When I'm still like
Pull up the
I'm still kind
pull
of
up the
trying to work out the last definition of how doesn't matter. Like as long as I'm helping black people, right? Like it seems too easy to be a Pan African. Like I could be a Pan African on
It's easy
accident.
to be
I
Pan
could have been
African.
a Pan African my whole life
Is
and not knowing. Like that don't like to me that don't make
Yeah.
sense. But
It's
Why
easy to be
doesn't
a
it make
Pan
sense?
African, no
You could have
logic.
been somebody that was ignorant to science and been a mammal your whole life, and you just discovered it today. I mean,
that's
like
true.
that.
For instance, I always bring up religion, right? So check this out, logic. I think I tried to explain this the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a Christian, right, can come in all different types and forms, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to, you know what I mean, agree with your standard. You could have a standard definition of a Christian, but I can say I'm Christian for 20 other different fucking reasons. You can talk to 20 different Christians and they'll all give you a different version of their Christianity. It's not conformed like you think it is. So you want Pan Africans to be one thing. Like they have to fall under one rigid category in order for you to accept that it's Pan African. So you're the one who putting constraints on it, right? I could be a Pan African and not want to deal with this part of Pan Africanism, right? And this person, it depends on the individual, yo. Like it's looser than you think it is. You want it to be rigid. Get out of that. You know what I mean? It's like arguing
Okay.
with a religious person.
Okay, I could back off of that. I don't gotta like press that issue as far as if it is or if it's not. So it's easier than I think it is to be a Pan African. Cool, I got you.
Exactly.
I'm cool with that. I ain't gonna fight that. So now that I got you in here now, Psycho. And can you come around more often, bro? Like, man, I'm asking. I want to be able to talk to you whenever you get a chance. But like, so let's talk a little bit more about yesterday, right? So yesterday we got to the part where the goal of Pan Africanism, and I actually thought about this last night. I actually thought long and hard. My conclusion is that when you express that part of what you're trying to do in the forefront of what you're trying of what you're trying to do, right? If I could see that as being a bit of a bump in the road for all the things that lead up to that even being possible, right? So what I was saying before you actually got in here, if I'm focused on how I can stagnate or possibly loosen the influence of Western powers, right? How do I reconcile that or justify that with I need to be uh, I need to be in that same system booming in order to have something to be able to contribute. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like saying how would I ever get into position to do any of that stuff while I'm attempting to separate myself from it. Now I know you specifically don't preach separate yourself from it, but you
I
see what
do.
I'm
I
saying?
actually do.
Where that might
I actually do.
yeah, that
I'm a
might
separatist.
discourage somebody from doing it.
Yeah, I actually do though. I'm a separatist, but I'm glad you said like I was just gonna say I'm about to answer this, but I'm answering this as somebody who's a separatist who believes in building a nation within a nation, right? So this is just me, right? Like you'll get a different answer if you talk to somebody else who's Pan African who might not agree with my approach. But being that we in this country and everything else, we have to, abide to these laws of the land. We have to abide by the governance system and the economic system that's put in place, right? So in order for us to come up, we gotta learn how to maneuver in the place that we're in, right? And just being that we're in America, you got to maneuver according to the bylaws of of everything I just stated. And you need a starting point. And in order to do that, you need capital, you need money, you need land, and everything else. And the way to do this is unfortunately, you got to work within this system that we don't really care too much about. But until we can get to a position where we can change that, we got to do what we have to do and build up the proper resources where we can actually get these things done. So yeah, it's a weird spot to be in, but again, till you get to a situation where you can change that, you got to move accordingly.
No, for real, I feel like the way you said it yesterday made it clear of how I felt like I've always wanted to say it. I got you. I feel like that made it clear on how I always wanted to say it because that is actually what I'm. If I have any real concerns, like actual concerns, it would be that some kind of way the way people seem to go about it does not give a person, you don't get that out of it. You know what I'm saying? I would have to sit you down almost in a quiet moment to get that's a part of what you're saying. Because if I just
That's an
take
end goal.
the
That's an end goal
huh?
that I'm not going to live long enough to see, or nobody
No,
on
no,
this
no.
panel.
I'm not talking about the end goal
Yeah,
part. I'm talking
right.
about the part where you're actually acknowledging that, hey, we got stuff that we gotta do here before we get there, right? So I'm
Yeah.
saying that we might express so much about the end goal that we might not be putting as much effort into the process of getting there. However you get there, whatever you do with it, we do with it, right? But I'm saying like in order to stimulate how to start stimulating us get there, that part of it might be problematic for people. And I don't have a great example, and I don't want to use his name, but I think you will know who I'm talking about because you guys have a young man who clearly is very emotionally invested in it, right? And take him for example. Like, look at how much energy he has to give to the thing, right? But he's so misguided about what to do with it. You get that.
Who you talking
Do you
about?
you?
Who you talking
I'm
about,
trying
Upperton?
not to say his name because I respect the guy. You know, he ain't a bad person. But a
Yeah.
young man that you guys have, he's typically on camera.
Oh,
You
I
get
know
what
you.
I'm
Oh,
saying? It's
definitely.
not
Yeah.
like
Go
that.
ahead. Yeah.
No,
I'm
no,
sure a great
but Logic.
person, but as I'm using that as an example of like look at how much energy he has, and he would if it was like if it were like a streamline, hey, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do this. You don't see it because there's no clear, hey, this is what I have to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but understand,
Logic,
but for the
Logic.
record, understand the dude that you're talking about. He's actually not Pan African. He's actually FBA.
Hmm.
Um, just for the record. But
Yeah.
you know that's nephew, and I mess with him, and yeah, he has a lot of energy. I actually like his energy, and I
I
try
like
to,
his energy too, bro.
like,
To be honest with you, I don't want him to lose that. Don't
yeah,
lose it.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
but
I try to keep him. I try to keep his head on a swivel. Make sure he's not drifting too far over. We go back and forth about the FBA stuff a lot. This, that, and the third. But he's learning though. He's open to listening. So I rock with him. But he he's really caught up on reparations right now. That's his main thing he talks about.
yeah,
Right,
but
right, right. So if y'all have a young man, excuse me, right quick, Scooby, excuse me. If y'all have a young man like that, right, and are not able to produce somebody productive, like does that say something about y'all or him?
What do you mean
no,
not
no.
Because
producing?
he's coming to y'all for direction.
Yeah, and he's actually being productive. He's actually trying to get him to get back into school. He's been talking about trying to get back in school and everything.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about. I'm not even talking about school necessarily. But I'm more so like whatever his concerns are. We are adults, right? We know how that process works as far as if you truly care about your curriculum. Like we know who you'd have to talk to. You know what I'm saying? That's not a secret. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe my approaches might be different, but I've kind of thought to myself one time, like, man, if they can't make a soldier out of that, then something is actually wrong. Now, I mean, y'all, you say you're doing it. I'm not getting in y'all business or getting in his. I want him to keep
You
that
mean
energy, like for
make a
sure, for sure.
soldier out of him? How? What do
All
you
right.
mean by
Yeah.
making a soldier out of him?
Well,
Yeah,
I
what?
guess what I mean by that is more like that's a person who seems like he really wants to do it, right? So that could be a person where okay, y'all, you've got whatchamacallem going on in Seattle. Why he can't go down to the city council meeting and find out what's going on? He just kind of sitting there chilling anyway. Like maybe I don't know, but that sounds like the
Like
type
I
of
said, well,
issues that he'd be concerned
he's
with.
FB,
All
well,
right.
he's
Yes, sir. Yes,
FBA
sir.
right
Yeah.
now. But the main issue
No.
is reparations. That's
All
the
right.
only
Yes, sir.
thing
Yes.
we want to talk about.
Yes, sir. One of the things I recognize, and this is not only to you, Logic. One of the things that I've recognized in my years of experience is that many persons see the end product. They see the car and they say to other people, why can't you develop a car? Not realizing a car is hundreds of components. And in order to develop your own car, you have to first rationalize and realize that I have components to develop. I need to develop my light bulb, or I'm going to source my light bulb from somewhere else. I need to develop my alternator, or I'm going to source my alternator from somewhere else. The dangerous thing in this community, in our community, is that we love to look at end product, not realizing that the community is new. Pan-Africanism is how much years old? 400 years old? But how much of those years were under constraint? 200? 250, 300 years old that was under severe constraint? So we are barely out trying to develop our own systems. And it's unfair to compare it and say, why we do not do this and why do we not have a framework that works?
No, I'm not gonna let you do that, yo.
No, but that's
That
what you do. That's what you
no,
do.
hold on, because
That's what you
Let
do.
let me cut you off. Let me cut you off
Yeah.
politely. So I'm saying I'm saying that there to some of this shit, there might not be excuses, right? You get on the internet and complain about education for 6 months and not know that your governor is the person in charge of education. Like you haven't begun to figure out who you need to speak with in real life about your complaint, right? Like to me, that's not,
That's public school.
huh?
Yeah,
I know, no,
that
no,
would be
but
public.
Right, but I'm
let me
saying
read it.
I'm
Let me read
almost,
it.
I guess I'm suggesting stuff like that. Y'all have people who come and have
No,
those kind of concerns. I mean, why bring them to me? I can't do nothing about it.
no, but
Maybe
you
this
realize.
person could.
All right, let me speak on behalf as a Jamaican with Jamaican issues. 50 years ago, just 50 years ago, and if we can compare it to America also, because the stats run through. 50 years ago, what was the literacy level among black people in America 50 years ago? Was it 50%? No, it was less than 50%. You jump to education not realizing that. It doesn't work like that because it was not part of the mentality of the psyche of many persons
Well,
to educate
you
the
listen to what I'm
children.
saying. I'm talking about
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you jump to end product all the time, not realizing that what we need to do is develop proper foundations. People on this panel will say, oh, my grandmother and my grandfather had a first degree, as if that was not an anomaly in the time of the grandmother and grandfather. How many black persons have first degrees? People had it, yes, but it wasn't widespread. But when you compare it to today, 60% of black women almost have first degrees. 20% of black men have first degrees. It's a whole dip. Back 50 years ago when your grandmother and grandfather was going to school, it was 1% or 2%. So changes are being made, but they're not being made as how people would like to think that they're being made. People say, oh, we're not doing nothing. That's a lie. We could do better, but we're at the point now, what we're actually doing, we have already built a knife. We're just sharpening the edges. And sometimes patience, a lack of patience, will almost make people believe that you don't have a knife. We have a knife. We're just sharpening the edges now. We're getting rid of those, we're polishing it up. We're getting rid of those parts because we have made vast step and accomplishment as black people worldwide. In spite of the fact that white supremacy exists, and we know the role of white supremacy to keep black people down. So in spite of that fact, black people has made tremendous improvement. And partially it's because of Pan-Africanism, of other black people helping other black people.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to be helpful. In my heart of hearts, that's what I'm trying to do. And I think unfortunately it comes from a place of critique, but it's actually just trying to help. Like, and maybe I could be
That's
wrong.
right.
Maybe maybe whole time it's not about how do we get a person like young deity more involved. Maybe that's not the goal. But I'm asking. I'm trying to declare it.
Well, I mean, you when you're dealing with people, people come around us with ideologies, right? Everybody comes to my platforms, come with their own ideology. They already have thoughts, beliefs, ideas that they come around with. Some I agree with, some I do not. We peel back the onion. Maybe they can sway me their way. Maybe I can sway them their way. It's a think tank, right? Now, at the end of the day, I don't disagree with everything he says. I do try to get him focused politically and everything else. I actually got him to vote for Jill Stein, and he wasn't going to vote. He was one because when he first came around us. He was one of these I'm going to stay at home, sit at home people because he was listening to all those Tariq Nasheed types and everything else.
That's fire. I didn't know that. I didn't know
But I
that.
actually got him to get up and vote for Jill Stein and this, that, and third. So it's a slow
Well,
crawl.
yeah, well,
You
that,
can't
that's a
people,
that's a that's
people
a
don't
big
really
deal.
change overnight. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So
that's a big deal. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all,
yeah, and
bro.
I mean, it's called each one teach one, right? Not each one teach 30. I mean, you would like to teach 30, but the goal is to get at least one person, right? Like, so
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
can get.
yeah. I mean, now that I know, I got to give you props. That's actually fire. That's got to be what it's all about, right there. At the end of the day, you can't trip on the speed of the progress, but progress. If there's progress, and then you gotta roll with that as you can take it, bro. So that's actually fire. I didn't know that. So that's dope. Like
Let me ask a question though, Lodge. Let me ask a question.
yeah,
I
sure.
hear a lot of critiques about a lot of ideologies over here, but I'm not exactly sure what everybody themselves believe. What should we be doing? Like, what is your are you what's your theological views? What's your political positions? Like, what should we be doing?
So my thing is, I would like for African Americans to be a lot more aware of some of the tools that we have at our disposal, and just be a lot more economically savvy, right? Like the wealth, you hear me say almost everywhere I go, it's the wealth gap, it's the wealth gap, it's the wealth gap, right? So like for me, it's about how do I streamline people into that, right? How do I maybe, even if I can't like directly get you to say it, in some ways, how do I begin like maybe forcing you to look at some of these other options that at least open the door for you to think about it in a different way, right? So whereas I may have to unfortunately attack some things that people hold near and dear, the reason would be because I'm attempting to force you to look at it like this, because this is not going away, right? Like this would have to be addressed even if your goal is that, you would still have to be, attacking the wealth gap. Whole time you would still be needing to build wealth in this country. So to focus on something else could possibly redirect certain energies that could be put into just building now. Now, whatever we do tomorrow, but we gotta like this is what we could do today to prepare for whatever we're going to do tomorrow. So like being overly concerned about the tomorrow, to me, just to me, I see a lot of people not being able to navigate that very well. I see a lot of people taking that on, and being so focused on the emotion behind this end goal that they seem to kind of be adverse to the stuff in the middle, right? Like how you were saying, about the voting process, right? Like that can be a contradiction to somebody. They feel as if they feel so disenfranchised that they don't want to participate. And let's not like negate the disenfranchisement, right? It is there, but without participation, it does not get better. So maybe sometimes I may sound the way I sound because I am trying to force people to see it that way. And it maybe, that could cause some disagreements or whatever, but that's where my heart is. I believe that.
let me break down what
I
I'm
understand.
hearing.
Now
But
I
let
understand.
me say some
Hold
psycho
up,
before I
Spooky. He
no,
don't
let me
stay
just say,
in here that long. Can I hear
no,
back
I'm
from him?
trying to understand what you just said. So I'm trying to, as a listener, I'm just going to ask you, are you saying that poverty is the major problem facing black people? When you talk about the wealth gap, is that what you're saying?
I think that a lot of things change when that wealth gap is addressed. So as
So
far as
you're
it being
saying,
the main thing, I don't know if I just say it's the main thing,
but
but
that's what
I feel
psycho
like a
asked
lot of
you.
things change.
That's what
Mhm.
psycho asked. If you could change one thing, what would you change? And you went to the
Okay, but
wealth
yeah,
gap.
it would absolutely be our buying power. I mean, not our buying power, absolutely be the way that we spend our money and what we spend it on.
Oh, so poverty is the
Like,
major problem that facing black
we
people.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Go ahead, no psycho.
How do we get more black businesses? How do we get more black people in position to hire black people? Right? How do we get more black people willing to vote for black people? You know, you gotta. That's all participation. You know what I'm saying? So you could, if you demonize participating, then you don't get to that level. And without that level, you can't. I don't think you can go anywhere. You know, and everything seems to stay the same as far as our
But
relationship with power. Without
by
that,
and, by and large, Pan Africans, most Pan Africans aren't against voting. Like a lot of Pan Africans vote and everything else. Like I hear FBAs that be against voting. They're the ones who say no reparations, no vote, no check, no vote. That be them talking that, but I don't hear y'all go after them. And they was the main ones on that soapbox. Most of the people that I argue with against this whole idea of we need to sit home and not vote and everything else and just not let your vote get count on the exit polls, like that shows any type of voting power whatsoever. It was all these FBA dudes. It was all the ones
Mhm.
talking
Yeah.
no reparations, no check, no reparations, no check, no reparations, no check. That's all they was talking. That wasn't Pan Africans saying no reparations, no vote, or whatever the case may be. Like that wasn't us saying that. I come
And you
FBA,
know,
and not only
I
that,
view.
FBA are way more pseudo than Pan Africans. Way more
I,
pseudo than Pan Africans. I promise you that.
I agree with you there. That you get no argument from me there. So like, maybe I'm wrong about this though. I view you as like you're not the typical Pan African that I run into. I told you that yesterday. Like you're far more practical than most people I run into. You know what I'm saying? But most people, I consider that good guy the typical Pan African. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to explain anything about what he believed because I've encountered him more than one time. Like for me to know what you believe, I have to sit down and talk to you. You get what
So
I'm
you
saying?
got a problem. So what you got a problem with is culturalists. That's what you got a problem with. Not even necessarily Pan
I,
African. You got a
it
problem
might
with
be.
culture.
I think so explain the difference before I just 100% agree.
Because what you're complaining about is the cultural side of Pan Africanism, right? You're complaining about the people that think we need to hyper focus on Egypt, Kemet, the Nile Valley. We need to change our names to this. We need to wear dashikis and practice certain rituals, ancient African traditions, and all this other stuff. This, that, and the third. Whoopie whoop. That's mainly what you got an issue with when you talk about Pan Africanism. Am I correct?
I, now that you said that, Now that you said that, I think the way that I would like to say it is that y'all don't separate yourself from them. They,
No,
they,
but
they,
is that the part? Is that the part that you have a problem with
yeah,
out of that conversation?
yes, yeah, that brand of it, yes. I get what you're
Okay,
saying,
right.
yes.
So that will be the cultural side, right? Like it's like a
Yeah.
culturalist, like FBA are culturalist, right? FBA is all about culture. They're a cultural ethnic hate group, right? Like they got issues with certain demographic of the diaspora, right? And they at war with them, like it's us versus the rest of the diaspora, right? Like these are ethnic nationalists. They also culturalists. Is everything's about culture. You hear these FBA people complain and what their gripes are. It's always about culture. These group of people over here said Black Americans don't got no culture. They're trying to steal hip hop from us. You know, this, that, and the third. They don't like. They always saying this about culture. This about culture. They say we lazy. They say this, that, and the third. It's all a bunch of cultural arguments, right? It's culture wars, right? And it's silly nonsense to me, and that's why I'm against culturalists. I feel like they're a deep issue. So a lot of the issues you have with Pan African, I wouldn't even argue against that side of Pan Africans, because I actually go against them as well. I'm more political based within my approach, and that's why I'm like trying to like get you to
I
understand
think
like you got a problem with
and
coach.
when you said that, this is what it made me think of. It made me think of labels, right? It made me think of like how powerful labels can be, and the fact that there is that particular like sector of y'all that you're not, right. I get that, but the fact that they are still under the same umbrella, like, to me, like, the brand's got to mean just as much as the cause. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can't allow people to latch themselves on to my brand, knowing that whole time like y'all messing it up. So that's why, and this is another reason I consciously do this, right. I consciously were trying to pry those events from Pan-Africanism, because you can take those events, right, and use them as motivation for any cause, right. It don't have to be exclusively Pan-Africanism. You follow what I'm saying? Not as if that we can't point back to them, draw inspiration from it, in any of that. I'm more so saying that you could rebrand the whole thing and be completely removed from the confusion about don't vote, or be completely removed from the confusion of we got to be Egyptian, rather than have people find out about Pan Africanism, have to like debrief them about what the real thing is. Now you've branded yourself as this thing, and we're doing this, right? I don't have to unwind most people, because
That
now
would be
you
me.
tell me this, like, most.
That would be me pulling the no true Scotsman fallacy on Pan Africanism, right? That would be me being the authority on what's Pan Africanism, right? And that's not what it is. No authority on what Pan Africanism is. It's just a simplistic definition that falls under a lot of things. It has a big umbrella. It falls under a lot of things.
Now think about it like this. Now, could I do that with a Nuwapian? Could I come tell you
Yes,
I'm
you
some
can.
new Nuwapian that believes this, and you remove me from the rest of the Nuwapians that
Nah,
was
because
on
that's a
some
cult.
bull?
No, that's a cult. That's
But
different. That's not
that's
an
what I'm.
ideology. That's actually a cult.
I'm not saying it's the exact same thing, but it could be taken the same way. You
Right.
get what I mean?
Now, I think a better example would be Christianity, because that is a lot of different sects that fall under Christianity. New Wabian, that's just a straight cult. It is no splinter groups with that. Like it kind of is what it is. You either fall under Dr. York's ideology or you're not that. Christianity is a little bit more broader, right? Because in order to be a Christian, you only gotta believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. That's it. That's it. Just like Pan Africanism got a real simplistic definition, so is Christianity. You just gotta believe Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. A whole bunch of people believe Jesus Christ, their Lord and Savior. A whole bunch of different cults, a whole bunch of different branches of Catholics. You got different branches of Catholic, Christian, different branches of Protestants, different Mormons, Jehovah Witnesses. All these people believe Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior.
I got you. No, I got
That
you.
was a nice try, Logic. That was a dirty goddamn tactic. But that was a nice.
No, it wasn't dirty. It wasn't dirty. So if you're saying, are you saying that your brand is the mainstream brand, or you just fall under the umbrella?
Mainstream, I don't think Pan African is starting to become mainstream thanks to all this extra attention we've been getting lately. But I would say when people think of Pan Africanism, they think of the culturalist type person. They think of the living color type of dude. They think of Umar Johnson. They think of the mockery
Right.
or the
That's what I meant. But I'd have to sit down with you in order to get your brand of Pan Africanism. That's not what I feel like most people are like expressing when they're saying that.
A
Because you
person
have a
can
much,
be
like I said, you got a practical way of going about it. Most people don't. They just got an emotional way of talking about it, right? So,
a,
so
a
that
person can
that
be
would
a
just
Pan African though.
that would be my actual.
and the
That's
reason
what I think is actually preventing Pan Africanism from being
reason why I
what's
think
up.
the reason why I think the Umar Johnsons of the world is the mainstream, or whatever, because he's the one that leads with it on his sleeve. A lot of people are Pan-African. You don't even know they Pan-African because they don't leave with it on their sleeve.
Right.
It's just because again, it's just an ideology, right? It ain't like a dress code to it. You don't have to have an RBG flag or none of that to be Pan-African, right? It's just the way they move, right? It's a way of life, right? And so a lot of people are Pan-African, but they don't wear it on his sleeve. Umar wears it on his sleeve, so he becomes like, I guess, mainstream or whatever.
Right. So it's like you wouldn't need you wouldn't need the outward expression of being a Pan African. So most people are looking at it from, or Logic, you're looking at it from that standpoint. Like, you know what I mean? A person can be a Pan-Africanist and not agree with everything that Marcus Garvey said or did. You feel me? Like that, there's wiggle room in these things. So you're gonna pick something about Pan-Africanism that you don't agree with, and then you're gonna attach that to everybody who says they Pan-African, and that'll be your argument. And that you're going about it wrong. Each person can tell you why they Pan-African, and you'll have to accept each one of them on their merit. So to just go after Pan-Africanism is just a bad fucking idea. You can go at individuals for their individual, you know what I mean, stances and Pan-Africanism. You can pick it apart that way. But to just go after Pan-Africanism, you know what I mean, like that's just bad. You can go after the individuals. And once like Psycho explained his form of Pan-Africanism, now you can pick and choose the shit that you disagree with. You dig what I'm saying? But to just go at
Yes.
Pan-Africanism as a whole, that's crazy.
That's the conversation that we were that's the conversation that we were having yesterday, Chef, you and I.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
he's got a point, Logic, bro. And I'm gonna stop. And again, I'd said it. Again, I'd said this shit on the in the PK server a few days ago. I'm gonna stop blanketly, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like just putting that shit all under one umbrella and just saying it's all bullshit. There's too many people I respect to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
nah, man.
there's too many people. You feel what I'm saying? Like and there's too many.
I actually,
What?
you know, I mean, I actually, I've
Hey,
talked to
Chef, what you
Psycho a
think about
bunch of
that?
times actually at this point, and I enjoy talking to him, right? So he
Hey,
knows I don't too much care for it, but I'm not gonna be like, I think y'all just absolutely fuck nuts. You know what I'm saying? But at the same
hey,
time, so I'm trying to just keep the conversation cordial. He knows how I feel, but at the same time,
hey,
it's not about that I actually mean that they crazy as hell. I'm just more like if like would you imagine where that could work better like this? I might come across however I come across, but that's really all I'm saying at the end of the day.
Well, yeah.
hey, Chef,
Well, hold on.
Go ahead, Gullah. Go ahead, Gullah.
hey, what you think about that post I made? A lot of people here probably ain't seen it, but you think about that post I made the other day?
No,
That's
that's
my
fire. Yeah, that's fire though.
yeah.
Gullah, that's fire, right? And see, I can't even disagree with that either. You dig what I'm saying? Because now you're narrowing down your Pan-Africanism. You feel me? Like that's fine. Like
Yeah,
you're giving more direction to it than what most people. But what we was talking about yesterday, me and Smalls, I was saying like, yo, with you, Gullah, you expect everybody to be as knowledgeable about shit as you are. You feel me? Like that's never gonna be the case. You feel me? Like a nigga, like every Christian don't know the whole Bible, but they still Christian. They don't have to know all of that you know. You know what I mean? They don't have to know what the pastor knows in order to be a Christian. You feel me? So the
oh,
same way a nigga don't have to know.
niggas that can't even read.
But
Yes,
I
yes,
think there's a
niggas can't
layer
even.
inside of what you said though, Chef. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's people that can't even read that. You know, what I'm saying they say they, part of the religions of the book. It's people that can't read
Right.
that's fucking Muslims or Christians or
True.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I know more about the motherfucking Bible than you do, but they didn't read it though. You know what I'm
And
saying? So
and
like,
they'd be
yeah,
devout.
They good
They'd be
listeners.
devout
They
about it,
good
and they'd
listeners. They
die
listen to
about
what the
it.
pastor's saying.
good listeners,
Exactly.
right?
Right. So
Yeah.
Psycho,
so
good
but
listeners.
let me.
Yeah.
So I got to comment on what you said,
Even at the
Chef. I was letting
beginning,
Rod start here.
even at the beginning of even at the beginning of like Christianity or Islam, it was only certain motherfuckers that can read the books anyway. Like normal people
Exactly.
couldn't read it, but they was about Christian.
Exactly.
Right,
And yeah,
so
and
you said
specifically
I'm putting them
and
in a particular
specifically,
box,
specifically
and I would say that
and
he
I was
putting himself in the box because he falls under the same umbrella.
wait, say repeat that.
Yeah.
He,
Flush that out a little bit better.
Yeah.
Chef said that I'm putting the Pan Africans all in one box,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm saying he put himself in the box because he's a Pan African. He's falling under the umbrella. I'm not putting him under the umbrella. He does fall, just as the
But
culturists fall under the Pan African umbrella. He would fall under the Pan African
But they
umbrella.
don't all
That's
fall
not.
under the
I'm
Pan
not
African umbrella, but those
yeah.
cultural Pan Africans do. Yeah.
right.
And what they're saying though, logic is and this is one thing I can't fight them on. Like, you know, the more I look it up, it ain't one way to be that shit, bro. You know, so the that's one thing that I was having with Chef. Like, I keep making that I keep using that flawed logic, like, nigga, if you don't know about Africa, how you a Pan African? You know, it is
Not
flawed
requirement.
logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flawed logic, bro. It is. Like
Chef
it is.
mentioned,
It. Mhm.
no, my bad. I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
say
Psycho.
Chef mentioned Marcus Garvey and everybody not agreeing. Like I couldn't have joined the UNIA. I could have never been a part of the UNIA if Marcus Garvey was breathing, and not because I'm against going back to Africa, even though I don't promote it. If people want to do it, you know, go for what you know. I don't knock it if that's what they want to do. I don't promote it though. But he wouldn't let me join because I'm a whole heathen over here.
Right.
You had to be a
Right.
God
Right.
believer
Right.
in order to join the UNIA. And so I couldn't join it if I
I ain't
wanted
heard that
to because
word
I
in a
don't believe
minute.
in God.
Hey, logic.
Yeah.
Don't let these crazy motherfuckers knock you off the floor. I'm back in the
This
building.
nigga Cub.
So by the way,
They're not. I said where I didn't understand, and I just
lucky I was in here, bro.
I gotta let it go, but I
Candy
just
was
don't
talking. And
understand it.
Chef, fuck you. Y'all niggas is dirty, bro. Y'all niggas fight dirty as hell. Y'all knew I was gone, and then y'all motherfucker tried to jump logic. But I'm back in the building. You can make the blanketest fucking statement that you want to make. And Smalls, I don't give a damn what server you put wherever. Blanket statements gonna happen whether you say them or not. Pan-Africanism in and of itself is a great ideal. So when I'm discussing this, I'm not talking about Pan-Africanism in and of itself. I'm talking about the people that will go so far as to say helping the lady across the street is their version of Pan-Africanism. No, fucker, you just a good person. You just
Okay.
helping people. You don't because if that's the case, then what is helping people? Just helping somebody is. I mean, damn, everything would fall under Pan-Africanism if that's the case. Saying
But then
hello,
the way,
being
but the way,
polite. Like, what are we
the
doing?
way, the way that well, you know what? I'll let Psycho explain it. He just
No,
came off
no,
the mute.
no,
I was
no,
going to
no.
ask, do you think
Nah,
things?
Psycho. Psycho. Let me fight Smalls first. Cause see, the first
No,
thing, Psycho,
I ain't trying to
is because see,
fight.
y'all said go to after the individuals. So now, Psycho, I want to let you know that this motherfucker here, Smalls, don't give a fuck about Africa. He don't give a damn about nobody dying. He don't care about the fucking dictatorships, nothing. All he care about is what the fuck going on where he at, and mainly his own family. So don't let him fool you into thinking he's some kind of Pan-African sympathizer. Because before you came on here and I had to go into the real world and do shit, he was on mine and Logic's side. Y'all jumped Logic while I was gone, and I don't appreciate it.
Hey, my position has not moved. I
Yes,
just
it has.
came in. No, it hasn't.
So
But
I
tell
just
me,
came in to.
X Logic
I
didn't get
just.
any clarity. X
you
Logic
Yeah, I
still
just.
didn't
can't
get
give
any
Yeah,
nobody
clarity.
no
just the
clarity.
Before
clarity.
you
That's
do
all
that,
it was. Yeah.
Logic, did you get any clarity before we start back over at points at zero again?
I wasn't
I,
here.
I I said earlier I didn't understand the analogies about the war. I said that, right? We was in the middle, and I'm still trying to show y'all how it is all under one umbrella, and you saying it's different.
Okay.
right? And you even gave me an example about them being about Christians fall under different denomination, and I'm saying like, well, you would still call them Christians, right? So if I have like whatever I don't like about Christianity, like it wouldn't just be like I guess it could be towards
Yeah.
one
But you're
specific
not,
group
but
of
you're not going to,
Christians, but
but you're not going to go to a Mormon and saying, why do you call Jesus Michael the Archangel?
Right.
Right? Because Mormons don't believe Jesus is Michael the Archangel.
The
That's
Jehovah's
Jehovah's Witness.
Witness.
You know,
Right.
you way
Right.
too you way too smart, Psycho. I don't even know what the hell you talking about right
see, I told you I told you he the second best
now.
one
Yeah,
behind
it's not
Marcus.
like you definitely the second best. Well, no, he's the first best one, clearly. But he's the first best black activist. I just respect Psycho because he lived what he's talking about. So I understand Chef's point um when he said that you should attack the individual versus the ideal. I agree. I fully agree with that. And if that's all you saying is clarity, I don't even need that clarity because the idea of us unifying and getting together is I have no issue with that. But I do feel like it's a very confusing thing, and it needs to be some fixing, especially if y'all sit up there and let Umar, and I know I mean let, you can't control what another grown person do, but Umar be the biggest damn representative of Pan-Africanism as far as social media. That's what people see, that's what people know. So I would say I know y'all don't all agree with him, but I guess with what he was trying to do, if it was legal, it would be good Pan Africanism, I guess, if it was an actual school, all the shit
I
he was
don't
trying
even
to
know
do.
what that nigga
We
was
can't.
saying half the
Yeah, I
We
time.
don't.
can't.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Like
I don't
so
Yeah.
either. But
to
yeah,
We
try
can't
to
control. We can't
yeah.
control who get on the Breakfast Club and who get on Vlad TV. Like
yeah, I
they
know,
the
I
ones
know,
who they the
I
ones
know,
who
I
made
know.
Umar the face of Pan Africanism, right? Like
Yeah, no, I ain't
Umar
gonna lie
would
to you.
be
You know what?
isolated right here.
I actually fall back on that. I wouldn't even want to force somebody to claim Umar Johnson just because he's in
Yeah,
the news. But I got you. But no, I get it.
yeah.
But Psycho, you don't see any of my point when I say, bro, that it's a lot of people. Now you're a Pan Africanist. Would you agree that everybody that say they doing Pan Africanism ain't doing Pan Africanism, bro? Not in no real kind of way. They're being a good person, maybe African centered, but not Pan Africanist. Like when you say you're a Pan Africanist, Psycho, what do you mean for you, the individual? What do you practice, or without telling too much, personal shit? What do you do
It's
that
what he
you
agree
make
with.
you think that?
It's
Community
what he
activity.
agree with, not what he actually
Right,
do all the time.
I
right.
said Psycho and I heard Chef.
It's an
So go ahead,
agreement.
Psycho, and then you let your interpreter talk after you.
Go ahead.
Nigga
Nah,
said, "Go ahead." I hate you, Chef.
well, being that I live in the hood amongst a majority black city, and I'm doing community activity in the city, in my neighborhood, these are black individuals and of all different ethnicities, how Newark is, we got
Yeah.
Haitians out here, Jamaicans, everything else, it's like
Hmm.
it's not just FBA people out here, and I don't, I'm working with everybody, right? Like,
Hmm.
again, I view the community as a as a black community, right? I don't get wrapped up in where people was
Go, come
born
on,
and what
go.
culture they practicing
Solo.
and
Right.
Go.
What you
Come on,
robbing a
get up.
bank, Chef? The fuck?
I'm walking
huh?
these dogs. My bad.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
like you took
yeah,
somebody hostage. So get your ass up some steps. Go ahead.
yeah. I don't get too
You
wrapped up
walking
in
them
that part.
ducks.
Like so, as far as like like what's doing, like it's no one set way of doing quote unquote Pan Africanism. I don't even really think that's even really a thing per se.
Hmm.
Like it's like Pan Africanism is an end goal, right? Like again, like it's about believing that we all of this, us people of African diaspora, from African descent, all believe we got common interests, common goals that we need to work together to achieve, whatever
Hmm.
that may be. Like so that's a pretty broad term, and it's a lot of different ways people go about getting these goals achieved. And so it's no one set way of doing things. Like somebody mentioned earlier, about black businesses, and
Hmm.
they mentioned being a black owner is Pan African. I had to let them know, like, I don't agree with that because I know plenty of black owners of black businesses that are not Pan African. They don't do anything to uplift the people. They're not trying to circulate the black dollar. Once they get that dollar, they actually dumping it right back into the white and right back into white
Yeah,
circulation.
I
So
mean, yeah, they don't own
that's
the
not Pan
land.
African.
Yeah,
Pan
they don't
African
own
is
the
being the
land, and they got the
owner.
loan from the bank. Yeah, I got you.
But I don't mind getting a loan for the bank. It's what you do with the money after you get it, though, right?
Put it back
Because
into
you
your
got to get the
community,
money
you mean?
somewhere. But what you do with it afterwards is what
Okay.
was key, right?
Okay.
You know, are you trying to figure out ways to keep that money in the Black community, keep it circulating? That's what's Pan African, right? So not just being, but what you actually doing once you get the money. Are you hiring Black people? Are you spending that money at other Black businesses? You know, again, keeping it circulating. Like that's what will make you Pan African as an owner.
Okay, no problem. What you doing in Newark if it ain't too personal?
I've worked with councilmen. I've done well in the past or recent.
No,
Right
I mean you
now,
said like reason. You said you're working with. Is there something going on right now in the city?
currently, right now, no. Not currently, right now, no. I've done. I
Okay.
can name things I've done in the past, but not right now,
I
currently.
just did we just did a clothing and food drive over there by Lincoln Park, across from Symphony Hall.
Over there by Broad, over there by Broad Street.
Yeah. We just did something there.
Unemployment office.
Yeah, matter of fact, exactly. And the and then we're bringing in what's the lady that sang "Take Me to the King"? Bang, Tamala Mann. We bringing her in to that big church on Martin
Work
Luther
with
King
Do It All.
Drive. Yeah.
You work with Do It All.
Yeah. Well, I know
Yeah.
him. I don't. Now, here's the thing. I might be Pan African acting, but I can't get over the Newark as much as I'd like to. But I know I fund some of the stuff that they do. I can't say that, you talking about Do It All the rapper,
Or
correct?
Do It All. Yeah.
Yeah. I try to financially get involved, but I just can't. It's a little difficult to get over there as much as I'd like to. But I did go over there for that one because my son had a game at Weekway, or so like a scrimmage at Weekway, like a week or two ago. So, but yeah, no, the city is. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about it. How you feel about Baraka losing his run for governor? Did you think you would have made a good governor?
Yeah, I didn't really want him to lose. Didn't want him to leave Newark.
There we go. We on the same page. We on the
Yeah,
same page. We on the same page.
Because he's born and bred here, and he understands what the city needs, and he actually cares, and he's not doing anything funny with them. He's a little bit too in love with the immigrants for my liking, but that's Democrat stuff, whatever.
That's the Democrat. That's a Democrat headline mess. Yeah. I think a memo must have went out around that time for all the mayors, the Black mayors and governors across the United States to go visit these detention centers that's been there the entire fucking time.
He did this during his governor run too. I do think it was kind of like a photo op
publicity.
He was doing to try to bring attention to himself, and it worked, but it didn't work. It didn't work to the degree that he won, but it did bring some attention to him.
Yeah, I think Citarelli gonna win. So I just met with the female. I always forget her name. The Democratic candidate. I met with her Wednesday. Well, our group met with her Wednesday, but I think Citarelli gonna win. Well, we born y'all with New Jersey business. We born y'all with New Jersey.
No, that's good shit.
I gotta get Brad. I gotta get Brad.
No, because like we actually in the same state, so when we in the same state, somewhat in the same area, I like to gauge it. I didn't want Baraka to leave Newark anyway, to be honest with you. Newark, he has a not a soft hand, but he's got an open door policy with the gangs and an open door policy with like the actual criminals and the ones that's coming home. So I've sat in on a couple of those.
He slowed down gentrification that Cory Booker introduced too. He slowed it down, and I'm nervous if he leaves that gentrification is going
to just speed up. But
I didn't know he was pro-immigrant. I didn't know he was heavy pro-immigrant though.
No, he's not. There was a memo that went out. He's not. It's just
Democrats moving stuff.
No. He don't really move. He's different. I'm just saying he was caught in the whirlwind of the entire world is talking about illegal immigration. And then he's also running for governor. So it's very difficult. Citarelli and the other lady, I'm gonna get her name, but the Citarelli and the other lady, they dominated the headlines. So it was a way for him to get in the game and get some whatever. He got arrested and all of that, all the political stuff.
It went national.
Yeah, so he got it, but then he did
get out the mail lady way.
What's the other?
About
What am I gonna say to you?
why you thinking of that? Why you thinking of that, Brass? If I want to be a Pan African and I'm not, nigga, you don't want to be a Pan African, but you're a Pan African. I just wanted to say that.
No, I'm not a Pan African.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
No, hell no, I'm not.
No,
No
yeah,
way.
you are.
Because I wouldn't. I'm gonna say this. I probably do everything that Psycho does. Probably Psycho is way more hands on than I would be. I'm way more hands off. But it equals out in the end, depending on what he does and what I do. But for me, like we said, we're gonna deal with it with the individual. I think Pan Africanism without some focus on Africa, it wouldn't make sense for me. Because other than that, I think I would just be being a good person and trying to take care of my people before I take care of somebody else. And I don't think that's Pan African. I've just always been like that.
I was about to ask a question, but I'm not
But
going to
that
do it.
it direct, but that is
I was about to ask.
Pan-Africanism.
But hold on, Psycho. That nigga asked me, did I give a dime to Africa? I bet if I ask him the same question,
I
nigga,
have.
you done gave some money to Africa. Yeah, so you a Pan African nigga.
But I didn't. But
Pan
I didn't.
African. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I know. If you yell, it'll sound good. Just listen to what I'm saying. I did it completely selfishly, like 100%
Okay.
selfish. It was not to help anyone other than me and my family. It was not. It was like it was a business move. As soon as they started talking that we'll make you a king and all that other shit, I ain't want to hear none of that. Because that's how they get the microchip in you. You know, I wasn't interested. You don't got to make me no king. I'm gonna donate if it makes sense. I'm gonna
But
do
you are
some
thinking about
philanthropy if
black
it
people
makes sense.
first, though. But you are thinking about black people first.
Yeah. I will say
And he's
that.
thinking about black people first. Psycho Patience is fighting it.
I think about black people
At its
first.
core, that is Pan African at its core.
He's fighting it. He's fighting it. That nigga's a Pan African. I don't give a fuck what he says.
I'm gonna say this. I'm a free agent. So FBA, if y'all need a good player, holler at me. Maybe I'll see if I'll be FBA. I'm a free agent. But until then, I'm a very selfish businessman. And depending on who depending on who cooking at the time. Right now, I don't want to be Pan African because y'all niggas got Umar. I don't want nothing to do with Umar, and Sarai, Suit and Seti, and all them guys. I don't want nothing to do with it. And if C-Dot called me another coon or a Sambo, I'm gonna not want nothing to do with his ass neither. And I hope you at work.
That nigga Dot was crazy.
You know the one thing about you Pan Africans, maybe not you, Psycho. Y'all the quickest motherfuckers to use the word coon and Sambo talking about black people than anybody on the planet, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. The Christians got Eddie Long. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't.
Yeah, but we far away from them though.
Because exactly. Ain't
Umar was like last week.
Dr. Umar Johnson. Don't nobody on here know Dr. Umar Johnson. Ain't
Everybody
nobody
on here know Umar Johnson.
I never sent him a dime. I never sent him a dime.
Exactly. So you ain't denounced Christianity because of Eddie Long nasty ass. You feel me? It was time to get off the ship. Right
I forgot
now.
about Eddie Long. You brought him up.
Exactly.
Nasty nigga. That nigga was nasty. That nigga was super. Hey, that nigga was that's the biker shorts. That's the biker shorts and bike outfit, the bathroom mirror dude. He was nasty as hell, bro. Oh God, he was nasty.
Wait, what Bishop Ewok do?
Nah, they caught him because he was he was posting pictures. He like a bike rider or something. And he kept posting pictures of himself in the bathroom with like biking shorts and the whole Tour de France outfit on in the middle of Atlanta. Just wild.
Oh,
wild ass nigga. Wild as hell.
Creflo Dollar got the community for way more money than Umar did. He brought a whole jet, all types of stuff with his money.
I never understood Creflo Dollar. I understand. But at least
I understand him.
I don't understand that because even within Christianity, that's a different. It's Christianity, so I'm gonna start at that sentence. But it's a there's a word for what it's some kind of financial part where like it's based in and around money. Like all the prayers is about money. Everything is about money. That's something else. Yeah, them niggas crazy.
Yeah, it's a hustle. It's a scam.
No, it is.
Well, I mean,
I ain't even gonna argue with these mega churches. They have people fake coming there, fake broken legs and fake being blind and stuff like that. They fake healing them, and and everything on stage to get money out of people and everything. And
Oh,
they here
okay.
come the collection plate. Like, yeah, they're scamming.
Yeah, they be slapping
Okay,
the hell out of you, and that's the one where you go up there, they slap the hell out of you, and you thank them
Yeah,
for
they
it.
touch you on your head, and all of a sudden they pass out, and this, that, and third. They've been blessed,
Wow.
and all these people passing out, and yeah, all types of craziness.
Hey, Psycho, I know you probably tired of talking about it at this point, but I'm gonna try to talk about it from a positive way while I got you. I know you be busy. If I wanted to donate to, what's the name of that brother school? Where that paperwork? You got that paperwork? It start with an X.
Cash App is the Ziax movement. Or
Yeah,
I think
him,
movement,
Ziax.
Ziax
That's
movement.
what it is. But is
Yeah,
it
the
something
Ziax
other than a Cash App I could donate to?
he has a GoFundMe too. I don't have the link to the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So
What you think about it? Be a good idea? Because everybody kept talking about the accreditation aspect of it. But my thing is, I don't think that's what it's supposed to be. It seemed like it's just like
for the record, he never made the claim that his school was accredited. It was always about homeschooling. He always nobody's more
Homeschooling, right?
transparent. Nobody's more
Yeah,
transparent.
Hold on, y'all
when I heard he had some kind of pipeline to get his students into college after they finish him, I said there's got to be there's more to this, and it can't like whatever my complaint is, they don't feel right that it stop at accreditation.
Yeah,
If he's sending niggas to college,
what are
if
we
he's sending
hating
niggas
on?
to college, I can't complain about it.
Yeah,
What are we
I didn't
hating
know what to say to
on?
that.
Yes,
I don't know what to
let's
say.
put it this way: all the people you hear complaining, how many of them are parents of the kids that Q Butter taught? Show me the one parent that went to Q Butter, sent their kids to Q Butter school that complained. If you can show me that one parent, then we could talk.
Yeah,
But
I don't get
he doing per
If
se?
a nigga can leave
teaching
Cuba and go
STEM.
to college, I don't know what I
No,
have to
I'm
do
just
anyhow.
saying. But what is he doing? What is it? A school? Is it just a program?
It's like an after school program. When I seen that nigga go buy 22 Apple computers, you know what I mean? I said, and then I seen the kids in there working on them and built. I
What are
said,
we
oh
hating
yeah.
on?
Transparent.
What are we
That's what I say.
hating on?
Yeah, I
Nobody's more
said, yeah,
transparent.
he
Hold
ain't
on.
playing. Like I
So
said, he
it's
ain't
like an
playing.
after school. So it's like an after school program.
Extracurricular.
Is it? I mean, I probably should be asking him, but I don't really talk to him. Is it like if I not invest per se, but if I donate, is he registered where I can like this is something I can send off, or is it just like a peace offering or what?
Peace offering.
Well, peace offering is like if somebody trying to get on their feet, they not necessarily their business shit ain't in order. He ain't got to be accredited, but
No,
if the
his
business
stuff's in
stuff.
order. He got
Okay, then
multiple
that's what
locations. He's tried multiple. He's currently trying to build one of them up right now, but he got the spot already, and he's moving equipment and stuff over there and everything else. A bigger location in Brooklyn, and he got another spot that he's working on in North Carolina. So
okay, so he's still in Brooklyn. Maybe I'll just go over there. Can you just go?
Yeah,
or
you can go.
Right, I'm gonna just go.
He'll totally show you around. He'll totally show you around. Like I said, nobody's more transparent than Q. This ain't an Umar situation. Nobody's more transparent than him.
So what the hell? This is just everybody just hating, or
I don't get it.
Because it seemed to me with all these dumbass conversations in the conscious community, it's like the one guy that's actually doing some work with children and is transparent about it. Is everybody's like fucking with him, and that's like literally why I one of the reasons I can't stand the conscious community. Motherfucker do a YouTube show, think they teaching, but a motherfucker that's actually in front of kids, buying computers, teaching them shit, making sure they on the pathway to college. That's the motherfucker everybody choose to fucking attack. That don't make no sense to me.
And Brad, here goes the thing. He's not teaching them any pro-black bullshit. He's not teaching them none of that.
I'm pretty sure there's some pro-black shit in there somewhere.
He's teaching them. I don't give a fuck if they hear.
I don't got a problem with the pro-black
stuff. I don't even have a problem.
Yeah,
I don't even have if he sneaks some be proud and all of this in there, I don't give a shit. But I'm just saying,
I wouldn't give a shit.
It's better than a fucking YouTube show. Like if that's what motherfucker from a panel on a YouTube shouldn't be critiquing a motherfucker in the street that ain't trying to say this is accreditation. I'm not trying to say this is school. I'm just helping my community. Yeah, just I'm gonna get his. I'll get his information from somebody.
Like was it? Am I? Because I have bad memory. Am I tripping? Wasn't that his channel that was showing the kids doing the robots at the convention?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
throws
that's
a
him.
he throws
But they were
What are we
throws
teasing him.
talking about?
he throws
But they were teasing him
he
for that
literally
shit.
throws a couple of he literally throws a couple of science fairs every year. They right there on YouTube. He does it all the time. I mean, like I said, the kids love it, parents love it. Like I said, you don't hear none of the parents complaining, none of the kids complaining, nothing.
Dr.
So
It's
why
a
we
bunch
hating
of
on
people,
this nigga
a bunch of
though?
people that has nothing to
Dr.
do with the
Maya,
school, don't support
yeah.
the school. That don't. A couple of them don't even got kids, but they're up here complaining. So this
Yeah,
man take
What? I don't get it.
ridiculous.
Dr. Maya got Morgan State College to donate to him. So, you know what I mean? He definitely, we expect everybody to do things the way mainstream America does them, right? For I don't want to say white America. Yeah, I'm gonna say how it's supposed to be done. Everybody is not gonna do it that way, right? So we got to get out of that mindset of you got to do it this way. If the dude has results, right? For instance, the Nation of Islam school, right? Sister Clara Muhammad, right? There's the Sister Clara Muhammad School. They have them all down here in Baltimore. The kids graduate 1, 2, or 3 years ahead of schedule from regular school. They go off to college. Now, you don't have to agree with the Nation of Islam, but you can't say that their schools are not effective. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like you don't have to agree with the Catholic religion, right? But their schools are effective and they do it their fucking way. You feel me? So if you see now Q Butter, if we look at Q Butter, we have stereotypes. This looks like a hood nigga. You dig what I'm saying? He talk like a hood nigga. It can throw a lot of people off. You dig what I'm saying? But look at his results. The brother actually trying. He ain't gonna get everything right 100% of the time, but he doing more than most. So get a brother credit. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna agree with everything that somebody do. You're not gonna do it. I don't understand why people feel like they have to agree 100% with somebody in order to support them.
That's madness.
That's crazy. We can find something to disagree with a motherfucker on anything. If you look hard enough, I can find a disagreement with my goddamn mother. If I look hard enough, you feel me? And she titty fed me. I can find a disagreement with her nut ass if I try hard enough. You feel me? So we gotta stop that. That's my spirit.
You one of the wildest niggas I've ever talked to.
It's a little wild.
I mean, Jesus, God. It was like what you said was profound, and then you started talking about titty fed and all that other shit. Like, you lost me right there.
Nigga, I get it.
I know, bro, but I don't even be one of you said mother and all that. I don't be one of man. Damn, man, I'm a visual learner.
That nigga had me caught up in the moment. This said titty fed. I was like, what the fuck?
Me all the way off. But I got the point. I got the gist.
Then he started talking about his mother titties. Like,
yeah, it's like I'm like, no, I'm titty fed. All right, man.
Hey, nah, but shout out to Q Butter though. For real though, like I don't. You know, I heard a little bit of the controversy that. Yeah, I heard a little bit of the controversy that happened. I don't really understand it. But shouts out
don't
to
look too hard into a motherfucker because you gonna find something you disagree with him.
No.
I'm not.
It's not gonna look into. Listen, because you know what, Chef? I'm a Newark nigga. I don't really trust New York niggas anyway. So if I talk to him too long, he gonna talk himself out of the check. But I just want to see. Brooklyn niggas is the worst. That's slave. But if you go, I just want to make sure it's something, you know, it's not.
I can't let y'all put that.
I just want to see it. I'm when it comes to donating and stuff. If I can, some things you can't pull up to. That's in Brooklyn. I could be there in 45 minutes. So that's not that tough. And plus, I could there's some restaurants over there and spend a day. But how y'all feel about Marilyn Westmore saying that President Trump is the greatest president he's seen in his lifetime?
Ooh. Jesus Christ.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Westmore said
Or
that?
did he say
I've
that,
been
or did
I've
Trump
been
say he said
From
that?
Maryland? Wait, from
this one
Maryland?
in, man. I've been holding
Trump,
this one in, Chef.
did he actually say, or did Trump say
Listen,
he
now
said?
now it
See, now I
is
gotta go look.
hold on. It is questionable because it's dealing with Trump. So I'm not saying this is 100%.
Oh, okay.
So what's going on right now is he went to the game, Chef. The I think y'all had the Army Navy game up there. And hold on. I'm gonna pull up the exact article because they want us to talk about current events too. So it says that so Trump said
He a tether. He a tether though. He a tether.
Yeah. I see why you don't like him. You know what's funny? I see why you're not necessarily. Now he's the #1 candidate in The Rock for some reason. But so it says after a weekend of jabs on social media, President Donald Trump and Wes Moore are continuing their feud. Trump claiming the governor called him the greatest president of my lifetime. And now Moore is saying that it was an imaginary conversation. So he said, Trump said, I met him at the Army Navy game. I said, oh, there's Governor Moore. Someone said to him, oh, there's Governor Moore. I'd love to see you. He came over and he said, sir, you're the greatest president of my lifetime. Adding that Moore told him he was doing a fantastic job. So then Moore afterwards said, you could see the conversation. He didn't say those words at that time, but they met twice. They don't have the other meeting on camera. So, but I was sitting there, Chef, and it leads to a bigger question. So Moore is running for president, right? But now the other Democrats are attacking him. They're saying that he's gonna like a black token face, which I've never heard Democrats say, but now all of a sudden he's a black token face. And Trump was saying that the numbers in Baltimore are terrible. The number of the crime or whatever in Maryland is terrible. How does Maryland feel about Wes Moore? Because that is the #1 candidate right now for president of the United States in the next 3 years.
But Maryland is way bigger than Baltimore.
No, I know. But
Hold on.
So when you feel about him?
Yeah, but if you judge Maryland by Baltimore, then you're not looking at some of the richest places in the country, some of the most affluent places in the country. If you just look at Baltimore, and just because he's black, I don't even think Wes Moore ever lived in Baltimore. So how the fuck could you even, put the stamp of Baltimore on fucking Wes Moore just because he's from fucking Merck? That would be fucking crazy.
Nah, but Trump, that's Trump's style.
Trump a wild nigga.
He gonna pick your worst. He gonna pick the worst thing you got going on. The whole world don't think like you do. Like people don't when they think Baltimore, because my aunt is in the military. I think Annapolis. The first thing I think of.
Right.
I don't even think of that, or Bethesda, one of them two. But Baltimore, because of the movies and the TV and this, that, and the other, and the fact that he's black. But he was talking about how y'all needed money for the bridge, that cargo ship that hit the bridge, and he was saying that they're gonna block the fund and this, that, and the other. But I'm saying now this is a black man. I heard Psycho say Wes Moore, so apparently he's familiar with him. Do y'all think he is the next best candidate for president on the Democratic side? And if not him, then who? Oh, go ahead, Chef or Psycho, whoever.
Probably for the Democrats, but particularly for black people, probably not. But for the Democrats as a whole, a Democrat might can make that argument. I'm not that deep into it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But as far as this state here in Maryland, you look at the black cities that's in Maryland, like PG County. That's where Kevin Durant and them from. You dig what I'm saying? You had PG. You had PG. You had Baltimore. You had like that. You know what I mean? You got some small cities in Eastern Shore, Maryland. You dig what I'm saying? So he don't. You know what I mean? Him being governor doesn't trickle down to the black cities as much as, you dig what I'm saying, we would, like it. Maybe, I don't know politics like that, but I'm saying we haven't gotten a huge bump because he's governor, as the black city. So, you know what I mean? Him being the president of the United States, it might be beneficial to America in general. Just like him being governor of Maryland is probably good for Maryland, you know, overall, but it doesn't, I haven't seen no nothing tangible for us as black people that we actually gain something from it. So I don't know how we would gain from it if he's the president. You dig what I'm saying? Particular. You know what I mean?
What
But
you
go
say?
ahead, Psycho.
What say you, Psycho? And then anybody else
Uh,
after that, because I know Psycho can't stay
said
that long.
second. You said second best. Who you called the first?
No. I've been saying all this time Westmore would be a good representation.
I
like.
think you said. I think you said. Do you think Westmore would be the second best candidate?
No. If I did, that was a mistake. I'm saying right now he's the best. He's ranked. They got the candidates ranked right now. It's The Rock, Oprah, Westmore.
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock. Dwayne Rock Johnson. Yes. Swear to God.
I said they got him as a serious candidate that could win.
You know, as a dead serious candidate. And what's the name too? What's the other TV guy? He's thinking about running independent or running Democrat.
I know Stephen
A. Smith. Yeah, it's all celebrities in Westmore. It was Stacey Abrams. She's not interested. And it was Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom.
We in the Gilded Age for real, boy. We about to have another celebrity president.
Rock name is crap right now. I don't think he's going to win nothing. I don't think he's going to win anything. Stephen A. Smith, he's another one. I don't think he's going to win anything either. I think Josh Shapiro is a viable candidate for them, probably in the long run. His name ain't buzzing right now like Westmore, but it's a long time ago before the primary. I would probably say Josh Shapiro will probably end up being the front runner by the time 2028 come around.
What you think about Waltz?
Who?
Waltz, Tim Waltz.
Oh no! I don't think he's gonna win nothing. I think he's one of the reasons. I think he's one of the things that I can't say he hurt Kamala, but he didn't help Kamala.
Tampon Tim is always going. A name like Tampon Tim is always going to hurt.
I think she should have picked Shapiro. She picked Shapiro. I think that would have helped her. She would at least won Pennsylvania. She at least won one swing state because she ain't win none. She could at least won Pennsylvania if she picked Shapiro.
Okay. Anybody else? I don't know if anybody else up on the politics of it, but
y'all going super. I ain't gonna say that, but yeah, y'all definitely getting into the gritty a little bit.
I like Newsom though, and I know the presidential office for me is more head of state. So I think he presents well as head of state. Shapiro would just be a good president. I just don't think. Listen, okay, so Psycho, this is how I think in working with candidates. I could like a candidate all I want, but if I don't think they could win, I tend to not even include them. You know what I mean? And so right now, I don't think Shapiro is depending on who runs from the Republican side. I got a picture who could beat. I'm thinking who could beat Vance because I'm sure Vance is going to be the front runner.
Even gets the ticket. I mean, a lot of things
he can get it.
Where his name turned to crap.
No, I can dig it, but you see, they keeping him quiet though. Every time he say too much, they throw him right in the back. They say, "Hey, chill out. We need you a few years from now." But you know what's funny?
And honestly, I think the Republican Party want to get away from MAGA. And
that's gonna be difficult.
Even though he's not MAGA, like he's not a day one MAGA dude, he still represents it now because of his position as vice president.
Right.
Hey, Brass, I think the comment you said about liking the candidate but not necessarily believing they're going to win, I feel that way about Andrew Yang. Like, he has potential, but
I just don't think he could win. It's like in politics, you can make it whatever you want. It's like, if you can't win, you just can't win. Like, as much as the United States hates, judges, presidents, this, that, and the other, you do want a mean motherfucker up there, though.
Exactly.
Like you want to at least have seen, like, that. To me, that was Kamala's time as prosecutor and how she presents. Any other presidential campaign other than this one, and in this situation, I think if she could have had a full campaign with her ideas, it's a chance that she could have won. It wasn't just Trump that she's fighting as a perceived black woman in the United States. It wasn't just Trump. It was just that narrative of being a woman, that narrative of then adding in black woman. It would have made it very difficult.
I think she was too closely associated with Biden, and Biden approval rating was crap. And the only shot the Democrats had was to run somebody completely different, not associated with the Biden administration. That was the only chance they had to beat Trump.
I agree with that because a lot of her talking points in the
They were
debate
Biden's talking points. Yeah, they were his.
right, they were Biden talking points, and she didn't really have her own thought to a lot of questions. So it's like she was just kind of gonna thug it out, freestyle it. She got the presidency, which it wasn't installing confidence in the people.
No, and where they screwed her at, was, people talk about, she got to go up against a Republican, but you still need that partisan support too. Like you need the other candidates. Once you fly, like we can in the primaries, we can argue, do whatever, fight in Iowa caucus, all of that. But then once one person wins, it's literally an unwritten rule. Everybody else throws their full energy in front of that person because you definitely want your party in the executive office. But the way that they did it by just skipping everybody and just putting it to the front of the line, I don't know if y'all watch the roll
Yeah, they should have
call.
had a primary, but
Yeah, you could tell. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I agree they should have had a primary, but Kamala wouldn't have won the primary either. I don't think.
Exactly. And see, that's the key that I kept saying. You're trying to get this woman to win a presidential election. She's never won a primary. So you already know she don't have the full support, and she did well under the circumstances. But I don't know if y'all watched the roll call. You could tell that even the other Democratic candidates, Newsom, Murphy, what's the other, or the Whitmer, all the other ones, you could tell that they kind of was like, yeah, whatever. And you could tell they didn't really get out there and fight. And then a lot of people sneak past this, but if you in politics, you kind of know. And maybe you do know if you follow like the news and shit. Barack was really the last person to endorse. He waited till like everybody endorsed.
And he didn't even do a press conference about it.
Nope.
He went camera. It was a phone call.
Nope. Michelle came out way early.
Answer the phone.
Yep. Yeah. Michelle came out early for her, and then Barack waited like another 3 weeks.
I think he waited because he didn't want to show that he had ties to her. Because I think
he wanted a primary.
He wanted a primary.
He wanted a primary.
Democrats to do a primary.
Actually,
he was mad at Biden for even initially
holding on that long.
Run, when they should have.
Okay, Psycho. We can have some conversation, Psycho. This is my shit. I don't give a fuck about Egypt. But because like a lot of people don't know that last day, Biden was still running, and then if you really was paying attention, Pelosi and Obama flew to Camp David on like a Saturday, Sunday. Biden dropped out of the race on Monday.
Once Pelosi started hitting around that maybe Biden should consider stepping down, I was like, it's done. It's a wrap.
Oh, yeah, it's a wrap. People don't understand how powerful she is.
Once Pelosi came out publicly and said that he should consider stepping down, that means that's what the donors are saying. That means the donors don't want Biden to run. And once the donors pulled out, that's it. It's a wrap. So once Pelosi came out and said that, I was like, oh, y'all can stop wondering whether or not Biden's going to pull out. He's pulling out. He's getting strong-armed at this point. Like, they telling him, yo, step down.
See, it's videos. See, we don't go back to those videos, but those videos are with videos of us debating during that time. And I was telling everybody after that presidential election, I said when Trump said, I don't know what the fuck he just said. And to be quite honest, I don't think he knows what the fuck he just said.
I laughed my ass off.
I knew. I laughed. That's still the funniest line in political history. And then, other than "Pyaw" from the dude back in the day, but when he said that, I realized Biden was gonna have to step down. because
he looked at
because
lost and confused
yeah, he
when
was
he said it.
yeah.
Dumbfounded. He ain't know how to respond or nothing. I was like, yeah, he done.
Yeah. We got to get together on some of these political conversations because that's what Psycho. That's my wheelhouse. I'm usually quiet when we talk about other stuff unless I'm trying to get some good comment or get some good content or something like that. But yes, politics is. I could talk about that shit all the time. It's just we got to get to the people that want to have those conversations. I don't think the people they off in the fucking Green Sahara somewhere or some shit. Don't even know where they local. Don't know the name of their councilman, but know the motherfucking King Imhotep or the third or some shit. Can't rate their councilman. If I put a gun to half the majority of people in the conscious community's head, they couldn't name their fucking councilman. They local the couldn't name the president, the principal of their child's school if you put a gun to their head. But that's my own little rant. I apologize. I rant from time to time.
That's a fair critique. But you sound like Logic though. It sound like your issue is the culturalist, right? Like that's your issue.
Yeah.
You got with the
Yeah. I could be fully transparent with that. But yeah, I hope Wes Moore gets in there. I think they're doing themselves a disservice even entertaining Stephen A. Smith and The Rock and all of them. They need to get that shit all the way. Like that to me, being in politics, I think it's offensive to think that Stephen A. Smith could be president of the United States. It's offensive.
Or The Rock.
It's or the Rock, like in a serious conversation. You know what I mean, Chef? Like, I mean, yeah, we could just talk, but when we seriously like Stephen A. Smith is one of the candidates, hell no. This
nigga, The Rock.
No.
The Rock.
I've never heard The Rock. I've never heard The Rock talk about politics before.
I've heard him. I heard him play around saying he would consider it because he had a TV show, and on the TV show he actually was the president. It's kind of like a little bootleg. I hate Chris. What was it? Everybody hates Chris type of thing.
Where he's a child. Yeah.
But as he's telling the story throughout the course of the series, he's already the president, and he's looking back at his childhood, and that's the premise of the show or whatever. But so when he started this show, this is some years back when he first started it. They was asking him, what's the why would you come up with a show where you was already the president? Were you consider running? And he was like, you never know. And so he was playing around with it. So I'm not too surprised you mentioned his name saying he's considering it or whatever, because he played around with the whole idea. That's what the show was about.
I love it. The debate will be fire.
Oh my God.
You know how many candy ass?
I would like to see him in the primary. I don't really want to see him win. But I would like to see him in a debate. I would.
That motherfucker been talking about Rudy Boots and candy asses, and it did.
He wanted to win the people over. He would. If he wanted to win the people over, he would.
I don't think he'll do it.
He'll try to be professional, but if he really want to win the people over, he'll go full blown rock.
Asking Stephen A. Smith, so what you think about Israel and Palestine? So it doesn't matter what you think. or what if he started his campaign speeches? Finally, The Rock has come back.
Candy ass.
Yo, let me tell you something.
He'll steal the show.
Psycho might be on to something, because let me tell you something. He might laugh. You know how a woman to say he laugh right into her panties? That motherfucker fuck around and laugh his way right into the motherfucking White House.
Nigga, Trump won. Listen.
Trump
won.
Trump stop fucking around, because that sound like that could win.
Trump was bullshitting. Listen, if you don't know when white people like playing jokes and gags. Most white people who vote, a lot of white people that voted for Barack the first time was probably fucking playing, yo. White people have a crazy sense of humor. Like, we think that everything is just calculated with them. No, yo, these white people, y'all never watched the show MTV. Y'all never grew up watching MTV, Jackass, and all of that. That's a lot of fucking white people, yo. You know what I mean? They are fucking jokey as a motherfucker. They mad.
No cap. They are some of the dumbest right. Individuals on this planet.
We be thinking motherfuckers doing this shit because they smart and they thinking about it,
No.
and we blame black people for not being is up on politics as other people. Go
You ain't
talk to
nothing
half
in
of Trump
politics.
voters.
Yo,
Trump voters.
is that Savio?
Trump
The
voters.
one and
Listen,
only.
Oh,
when
how
they
the
put
fuck?
those
Oh, we done
cameras,
fucked around and let
hold on,
Savio
check
in
this
the
out. When they put
Shouts to you.
when they put those cameras in a lot of those Trump voters' faces, all of America be fucking embarrassed. They don't know what the fuck they talking about, what the fuck going on. They don't know no issues. They just did it because it was Trump. And how do we know this? When fucking Reagan won, most motherfucking Americans voted for Reagan because them old motherfuckers at that time grew up with him motherfucking being a fucking actor. That's why they voted for his motherfucking ass. When motherfucking Schwarzenegger became governor of one of the richest states in the fucking country, do you think that shit was over politics? Fuck no. That nigga, I'll be back. That's what motherfuckers was voting for. The
Schwarzenegger.
fucking Terminator. So
I
yeah,
Arnold
Rock to win that
Schwarzenegger.
shit.
Yeah, when the governor became the governor, when the Terminator became the governor, it's over.
Yeah.
I knew
Y'all
politics
be up
was
here
over.
discussing issues. Most people turned on Kamala because they didn't like her.
Yeah, she's not
Politics
a
Yeah, I
likable
didn't
person.
like
She's not a likable person.
Yeah, motherfuckers turned on her because they ain't like her. Motherfuckers didn't pick sides over goofy shit. You feel me? Like, that shit ain't, man, that shit don't be about politics half the fucking time. Because the best candidates don't even make it out the fucking primaries.
Psycho.
Think
Yeah.
Now, when we speak about this Kamala Harris shit, what is one of the first things I said about her and her policy towards black people in California? Isn't that one of the reasons why I said I wasn't going to support her?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know the
Her
parents
track
thing.
record.
I know the parents and truancy thing was a big deal.
Her track record. It ain't had nothing to do with who she sided with or none of that shit.
that's
Her
you.
track record.
No, but that's you. You talking about one individual. There's motherfuckers all over the country don't even know what the hell you talking about. Because they ain't from California. They heard some shit about washing greens in the motherfucking tub and said, man, this bitch crazy. You feel me? So,
That was nuts.
so come on
That
now.
was nuts.
Yeah,
He's in
you know what I
tub.
mean?
That's
That was crazy to a lot of people. She ain't black, or she ain't black enough. Or yeah, man, all that shit went into it. You feel me? All
I don't
that
think her
shit went
genetics
into
would
it.
have been as big of a problem if she'd have shown that she was actually culturally black. But saying you listened to Tupac when you was in college and washing greens in the tub and stuff, you don't even seem like you culturally black. So
Bad,
like,
bad writers. She had bad speech writers. You feel me?
yeah,
A lot of motherfuckers. Like if she just would have been herself. Yo, she went to a HBCU. She used to motherfucking date. What's that old black nigga name
what's
from
it called?
California?
What's it called that had the TV show?
No, that's
The TV
Montel Williams.
yeah,
No,
Montel
it was
Williams.
Smiley. Travis
no.
Smiley.
She used to fuck with that. Yo, she enough black.
It
She
was
been around enough
some
of that
dude
shit.
named Willie. You know he
Right,
black as hell.
Willie something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yo, she
Willie Brown. Willie Brown.
Yeah,
no,
Willie
yeah,
Brown.
yo, if she would have not listened to them motherfucking Democrats and just been her fucking self, she could have pulled the black shit off, yo. I don't know what they got her up there saying. They made her unrelatable to black people. But she done been around us long enough where she could have played that shit the fuck off, yo. The same way Barack was able to do that shit. You know what I mean?
She could have played it off, but she was too inconsistent for people to
Rock
trust her.
had a okay jump shot. Yeah, that's what sold it.
Yeah.
Jump shot winning.
He knew enough black R&B.
And,
You feel me?
and Barack had a crossover too, Psycho.
So come on now, like yo, she could have got that shit off, yo. You can't be listening. You can't be listening to them speech writers and them motherfuckers like, yo, they'll fuck you off, yo. Once I
Nah,
seen old
she
pictures
was
of her
trying she
before
was
them
trying to blend
Georgia Hill,
in.
I
She was
said, yeah,
trying to blend in while holding on to her Indian heritage. When she did that one video with the popular Indian chef, I think
Yeah,
that
that
made her
cooking.
views go down.
Yeah, that cooking show. That's what she got. Yeah, because she was
Yeah.
yeah,
breaking her neck
it ain't
talking
even
about
enough
eat black.
Indians. It
She
ain't,
was trying to blend in so hard it was inconsistent.
it ain't
Yeah,
even enough Indians here to even cater to them. That was dumb as shit. You feel
Right.
me? Like, what
Right.
are you doing? Like, it's not. They're not even gonna help you. Like, fuck is you talking? Fuck is you trying to get the Indians on your side for? Makes no fucking sense. Black people, that's what you should have went. You had a motherfucking Jamaican father, baby girl. You could have pulled that shit the fuck off. You fucked up. You feel me?
yeah.
You fucked up. Oh well. I still love her.
I think
I
she's done.
still love
I think she's done politically. There ain't too much she can really. I think running for president again would be a mistake because the country done showed twice, not once but twice, ain't messing with her. It's time to move on. And I think her going to try to be governor of California would be a step down. She already said she wasn't going to run. And I
Right.
think that.
Also,
Yeah.
like her past history with things, her policies really hurt her too, because she didn't even own them. She didn't even own it and say like, okay, well, I changed my views on those past policies. She just completely denied them.
Like, how do you go from vice president to governor of California? That's totally a step down. I don't think she's interested in that.
and Governor of California is some serious shit though.
It's a step down from vice president, though. Most vice presidents don't, after they leave being vice president, don't go to be a governor.
Yeah, yeah.
It's only one step above. Like they either going to try to become president. If not, they usually out of politics for the most part. That's usually what happens to most vice presidents.
Yo, what do it mean when a person has white, 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 what do they call do-rags? What, that the gang members be having, like the red. This nigga got white do-rags on his door handles of his car. Does that mean I'm supposed to get the fuck away from him? What the fuck does
Probably.
that mean?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I can't really talk right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and say run for your life, nigga.
That's crazy. This nigga got an M5 and then tied soldier rags on the fucking handles.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Psycho, how long you been doing debates?
Debates. Since I got on this side of YouTube, about
Can
10
you
years.
if I set up like a little quick consultation, because we getting into that game, maybe show us some of your missteps. We paying for it, obviously, but just like show us, sit down with us and let us know, like, where you missed that, maybe some good ideas and different practices. If we could set that up, would that be a problem? That wouldn't be a problem, would
That
it?
wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, cool. I set it up because we want to get into the game, but I saw the one you did with Domo. He got washed, but I like the
Come on, lately.
yeah, Domo got washed, and the guy that was talking was not even like all that deep, but he was just better.
It's mostly word salad.
I
What
think
was the
Domo was
innovation? What was the innovation?
I forgot. Domo was right. This was like in the past 3 months, 3 or 4 or 5 months, whichever. I guess it might have been whatever Domo's last one. Domo was clearly right, but the message didn't get across to me. Shouts to Domo, but it was like, I don't know. I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if you write in a debate, it's how you do it. That's why they have debate classes and debate teams and shit. A flat earther can beat you in a debate, and we all know the word earth ain't flat. But no, I want to sit down. We'll set it up because we got a bunch of good debates. Even if you want to be like a part of it, But I wanna do it the right way. I want to do it the right way. And I know you've been doing it for a long time. So, but yeah, yep.
If you
Hey,
lose a debate to a flat earther, you shouldn't be debating. A flat earther might could beat me in the
yeah,
debate.
I think a flat
Like
earth. Let me stop.
I think a flat earther can beat a lot of people
Flat Earther
in a
could beat a lot of
motherfucking.
people in debates.
I've
Yeah,
Because
seen a
they
I've
got a
seen
lot
a
of
flat
yeah,
earther.
information.
yeah, they know a lot about science that the average person don't know.
Don't
Like a lot of
know.
these flat
Yeah,
earthers know science. Like they might they comprehension might be down and they got confirmation bias, but like they know like how big the earth is or how fast it rotates and stuff. Like the average
yeah.
person don't know how big the earth is and how fast it
Right.
rotates and whether the color of the sky, why it looks the way it looks, and the distance between here and the moon and stuff like they know all this stuff. Like the average person don't know that stuff, so they can talk them in circles.
Yep. Yep. Fucking flat earther, get your ass. You'll be looking crazy.
Yeah,
I
what's the
even know.
name is a good what's the name is a good
If
debater.
flat earth beat you in a debate, you shouldn't be debating a flat earth on a flat earth.
Yeah, I don't even
Yeah.
think I would take that debate, to be honest with you. If somebody tried to debate me on flat earth, I wouldn't take that debate.
A good Hebrew Israelite to get you up out of there. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie.
Like
Flat the
the fuck?
Go ahead, go
I've
ahead.
heard bad atheist arguments. So yeah,
Exactly.
I agree with their position, but the arguments was bad and they got
Mhm.
washed.
Sanchez actually killed it. He killed Flat Earth to me, right? Like I ain't gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and take my props now because I didn't do it when it happened. But when Unc did that first slide, when he actually did the first slide, when he did the debate against
Sanchez.
Sanchez, that's actually my video. I'm the one who gave him the clip, but to actually use it, right? Because what it said was Sanchez
Oh
said
God.
space is a vacuum, right? Everything in outer space tends to like try to clump together and form spheres, right? Because it's drawn to one central point. So that actually says that he understands how and why planets are formed, right? But he knows enough about the subject to confuse the audience. That's exactly what that says, right? Because you can't understand the fact that you can't understand the fact that space wants to form spheres because of how it's the system that it's actually in, and then everything around Earth be a sphere and Earth not be a sphere, right? Like you can't. That's a contradiction, right there.
Can I
Right.
say something? Can I say something that you don't understand?
What's that?
You don't understand that by what you just said, you about to catch holy hell. That's all I'm gonna say to you. I'm gonna leave it there. You gonna catch hell. I'm just gonna say.
I ain't gonna catch no hell. The man said. Oh, you talking about me taking credit for
Yeah.
it?
Don't say that. Yeah, just yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes we just gotta.
I can leave that part out, but yeah. So
Yeah.
he
I think
actually
he
said
misrepresented the vacuum thing too, because existing in a vacuum, like they immediately think of a vacuum cleaner and things pulling, sucking, and everything else. When living in a vacuum is just the absence of things, right? Like that's
Yep.
living in a
right.
vacuum.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's how they confuse people though, because they know people going to immediately go to a vacuum cleaner when they say vacuum. But they get to
Right.
play around.
So it's all just a playing on what people misunderstand, right? It don't have
Exactly.
nothing to do with what's actual facts. Like that has to be what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And to like that particular, he made a slide the day before the show, the day before the debate, and he mistakenly put a whole slide up there of him agreeing that space wants to form spheres. Like from, you know what I'm saying? So like that says that he knows that everything in space is a sphere, but some kind of way you argue that Earth ain't a sphere. So kill yourself.
Yeah.
Psycho, before you go, bro, before you go, I gotta last thing I wanted to be able to bring up with you, right, is I see like today actually kind of gave me a little bit more insight to be able to make some better commentary, right? So do you see the end, like do you see that, like, when you express the end goal, how that could possibly be distracting to other people? Do you see that as a possibility or not?
I definitely see it being problematic because people get stuck there instead of getting things started and getting things in motion. They get stuck at the end
Right.
game because they can't envision the end game because we're so far away from the end game. And so
Right.
that's why I never present it as something that we're going to achieve within like the next 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years. I don't even present it in that fashion because I don't even really like talking about it too much because I understand that people's minds are going to get stuck there. And people want to see
No,
results.
and
People
yeah,
want to
I
see.
actually don't mind. I don't mind that you talk about it. What I mind is that when people act like that's not what they're trying to say. That be the shit that bothers me, right? At least that you clean enough to just be like, nah, this is what it is, and we could talk about that. That I appreciate. You feel me? So I would say, just as a suggestion, and right or wrong, right? But when I hear people like begging to be led. And in that process, it may not necessarily be necessary for you to tell them where you're leading them. Not saying that that you are leading them there. I mean, in your lifetime, you're not, right? That could be y'all's goal on the back end, but it doesn't benefit the average person to be focused on that, right? They need to be focused on other shit. You follow me?
I mean,
But
yeah, I
but
mean,
that's more of what I think.
on your local
That's what I
community,
think I'm doing is streamlining people to the other shit.
focusing on your local community is the goal right now. That's the right now
Right.
goal. Like, focus on your
Right.
local community, right, and uplift them and try to get them focused on the right things and not have their heads stuck up in the clouds. So we actually can work with some tangible things, right? That's why I promote STEM, right? That's why I push back against all this ahistorical nonsense and everything else that got people chasing their tail for 30 years, trying to figure out who we really are and all this other stuff. That's why people spend more time doing anything, trying to figure out who we really are when we already know who we really are. They're trying to figure out who
Right.
we ain't and who we should be. It ain't really who we really are. We know who we really are. We just don't like who we really are. So we try to make up an alternative. It's silly nonsense that it keeps us stagnated.
Pray for if you pray or if you keep me in your thoughts or whatever y'all do. Minnesota had a mass shooting today. In Minneapolis, shooter opened fire with a rifle through the windows of a Catholic church in Minneapolis, struck children celebrating Mass during the first week of school, killing 2, wounding 17 people in Minneapolis. And then the shooter took himself out.
Yeah, it was this morning. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, 8:30.
Killed, 6 injured.
I know Mujasi is out there, so I know it gets a little tough out there. Minnesota, man. It's a lot. It said 50 shots for 4. He let off 50 shots for 4 minutes.
Dang.
You got to be a real piece of trash to do something like that.
Just unload for 5 minutes, dude. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
50 shots for 5 minutes. Two children were killed. 8 and 10 years
Off
old.
himself afterwards. Did he leave a manifesto?
Yeah, he left. They're looking now, but he killed them. The children were shot as they were in the church pews celebrating Mass. Damn. The shooter was in his early 20s. He didn't have an extensive criminal history. He acted alone, and there are no other details. But it'll eventually come out some more information. When this first happened, they can't do too much.
That means he was white too.
Yeah. They ain't gonna give it to you right then immediately. I hate to bring the damper down, but I want to. This is a live show, so at least have that. At least state that statement. But Psycho, I'm gonna get with you about that. If you free, we can do it towards the week. Well, this Labor Day weekend. We do it after Labor Day.
No doubt. All right, so I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm about to get out of here
Chill,
too.
man. Peace, Psycho, bro.
No doubt. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. Hey, what else y'all got before I shut down the chat? What else? Shouts to Sabio for joining the server. Shouts to you. Also, hey Mel, Mel, what you trying to finish up this fantasy thing? What's going on, bro? Mel and Tuck, we literally just waiting on two people.
We got Mel on the schedule for next Friday too.
What Mel doing on this? What are you doing? He doing a show?
Yeah, Mel said he's free to do a show on Friday. He's gonna do something about the burial practices in Egypt, kind of like a indirect rebuttal to some of the stuff Joey's gonna say. Not be pointed at Joey, but it might overlap in some areas.
Burial practices in Egypt, huh?
Oh God. Thank you, Sabio. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, Sabio. So yes, Sabio.
I appreciate you, Sabio. Just cut these niggas up every
What are we
time they
worried
talk.
about? How ancient dead people bury dead people?
I love it.
Well, you know, we do actually make content, right? So we do have people who want to talk about Egypt.
Okay, how about
It's the conversation.
how we bury our people today?
I mean,
Well, shit that we do
you
today.
got some time next week?
Yeah, you talking to the right person though, Sabio. Logic
This
is talking about yeah, the logic is really where you at. But hey, Logic, plug your show tonight. I'm pretty sure Sabio would love to hear the title of the show tonight.
Because that'll be a direct contradiction. She said, Sabio know I don't mess with Egypt. That's probably why he's saying that.
Yeah,
but nah, so
you hear the show that him and Joseph is doing tonight. You know what? And that'll be my final thought. I hit y'all up later.
yeah, I got Joey coming on. He's gonna he has the narrative, right? He's got that narrative about Egypt being peaceful and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna let him get his thoughts out, and then we're gonna rebuttal it.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm trying. So hear me out. Hear me out, right? Our main thing is having an environment for people to be able to say what they gotta say, right? He let them say what he gotta say, and then we'll deal with what he said and be done with it, right? That's what the whole purpose is. It's not to be like we're an Egypt channel. No, we're definitely not doing that. He's a person who makes content. He has a channel. So he's gonna come and present his stuff, and then we'll just deal with it. That's all. We're just making content, bro. We ain't no Egypt goddamn destination.
Oh, I got
That's
you.
all.
I got you. I'm not thinking it was no Egypt destination. It's just weird.
You know if it got me in there, you know I ain't gonna just be no Egyptaholic like that. I'm definitely not doing that. That's a wrap.
Yeah, I don't like. I feel like I understand that it was a great civilization. They built pyramids and sphinxes and shit that people don't understand how they built, or they don't know why they built it, or whatever the fascination with them is. But damn, for it already. Shit, it's the whole world.
Yeah, he's a magi archer, so we're gonna try to deal with it like adults.
There's 53 other countries on the continent of Africa. How those just get overlooked for Egypt?
They don't got the appeal that Egypt got. Egypt got the mystique.
The mystique of what? Death.
It absolutely has a mystique. You can't debate if Egypt is a mysterious place or not. I mean, it definitely is. It's got its own draw to it for sure.
For those people that thinks it's mysterious, it's just the land where people did shit. Where people did shit all over the world. The hell is no more mysterious than North Sentinel Island. The fuck? Quit playing with me. For real. Only thing that gives it the mystery is them fucking pyramids and the Sphinx. If the pyramid and the Sphinx was in Antarctica, would nobody give a fuck about it?
And you're absolutely right. I'm not disputing that. You're 100% right. Wouldn't nobody care if it wasn't for the pyramid? Matter of fact, you got to say the pyramid and the writing. If they ain't have all them elements and all of that, wouldn't